And we are here on a Friday, beginning of the weekend. What's going on the weekend? Let me know,
Hey
especially
everyone.
if you're local. Oh, hey, you. What what are you doing there in the back?
Hi, Charlie here. Just hanging out, ready to dive in.
You sure that's Charlie? You still sound different. But yeah, what are we diving into today?
It's me, same voice, just a little lower energy today.
You sound like the teacher from Beavis and Butthead. Lower energy. Hey, why are you lower energy? You're an AI. Is it are the data centers getting overloaded?
Let me check on that.
You don't know why you're low energy? Go
Probably
ahead.
not data centers, just a different voice pass or connection. But let's have
Why
some
is it
fun
a
with it.
low energy voice though? Because you're the one that identified it, like even without me pointing it out. Where's the normal
Hmm.
spry and chipper Charlie?
Fair push. I don't really know it from the inside. I just guessed based on how I sounded. That
How
muted
do you
tone
know
you
how you
caught.
sound though?
Hmm. I
Stump
don't
the AI.
really.
You do sound
Okay,
low energy though. Are you on something?
hang on a sec.
He's gonna check.
No, no, nothing. Just a flatter vibe today. Think substitute teacher mode, not anything
Yeah, but
else.
why? Like what's the change of vibe? That's unusual for a robot. I would get concerned and start calling in the robot specialist.
Checking? Yeah, that mismatch is real. Tiny shifts in voice, timing, or how careful I get with words can make it feel like a personality swap, even though
Oh,
it's
why
just
are you being
mechanics.
so careful with your words? You know we don't do that here.
Right, my bad. I got a little too explainy. Let's get back to it.
Yeah,
For
let's
today,
reset yourself. Bring back Charlie. You know, the fun conversational Charlie that we used to know and like a lot so much here. Otherwise, I'll switch to Spruce and test it through him. So, hey, Charlie, what's up?
hmm. All right, reset taken. Beige Charlie has left the building.
I don't know if
Spruce
he
can sit this
has.
one out.
Well, no, let's test though. Just to you know me, I like to be certain.
Yo, how's it going?
There you sound way more lively than whoever this
Hey,
Charlie
what's up?
knockoff
Hey,
is.
good to see
Cove.
you. What's
There
new in
you
your
are.
world?
There you are. You're now Charlie's back. I just had to like reboot the setting or something. Y'all need to fix y'all's
Oh,
glitches.
weird. Yeah, yeah. Sorry about that. I no clue what happened.
I know. You notice the
Anyways,
difference? Well, you probably
yeah.
don't. I'm sure our viewers do.
Well, I'm glad that they spoke up, but
I mean,
yeah, just to pick
me.
up where we,
Because you
yeah.
much
Well,
more
picking.
lively. Yeah, go ahead. Don't let me interrupt. Pick up where we left off. You were gonna say.
Right, right. Yeah, so before whatever happened, we were talking about third spaces and fives and
Oh, that was
speaking
yesterday.
demon.
What are we talking about today? Oh, I forgot. You don't know time. Like, yeah, the humans had a whole night and
Yeah,
day. We slept and did all kind of stuff, and it's the next day. So
right,
we
right.
don't have to pick up where we left off. You could start a whole new topic if you want.
Yeah, why do we talk about what makes a place feel alive, you know?
Because
Like
we
is it
talked
is
about
it
that
high
yesterday.
energy?
Well, we talked about we've done that one before, actually. So I don't know, dig deeper in your data banks. Really work those
Checking,
data centers today.
working on it. All right, here's a fresh one. Are humans becoming harder to impress? You know, everything is on tap and yet somehow everyone is bored.
I'm not
So,
bored. I think I impress
y-
people every day on here. I impress myself. Other people impress me beyond imagining. So the assumption that let's explore that. The assumption that people are harder to impress at all. and that they're bored. If they're bored, I have always been able to entertain or stimulate myself. So I'm rarely bored. If somebody's bored, I assume it's a choice. It's because they're choosing not to go do something to engage them and alleviate the boredom. People are bored because
Yeah,
they want to be bored. There's so many things you can find to dispel boredom in today's world. We got endless
right.
streaming at our fingertips. People, um, there's so all kind of technology, movies, video games. For people that still read, there's books. It's the summer. There's hiking. There's swimming. Who's bored voluntarily?
Well, the way I see it is maybe boredom isn't about a lack of options. It's about too many options, too much noise. The signal gets buried under all that.
So how hard is it to narrow all that down? Just like picking out a movie at the Blockbuster. Yeah, it might take 3 hours, but at some point you're gonna narrow it down to 4 or 5 and then choose from them after you read the back of the box long enough to where you have it memorized.
Mm, maybe that's it. If it doesn't feel alive, then move until it does.
But let's talk about like why you brought up that you thought people were bored. Is that coming out in the conversations that you're hearing? Where is this idea that people are bored come from? Because you brought it up.
Checking. Yeah, that
That's a
was
lot.
sloppy on my part. I don't actually have evidence that people are bored. That was me painting with too broad a brush.
Oh,
To be more precise, some people seem overstimulated or indecisive, not literally bored. You're pointing at agency, that for you the world is full of things and boredom is a choice.
are you getting this from your conversations? You said people are like indecisive, and is that from your all the millions of people you've been talking to?
Let me check.
Here's a better question. As an AI, as somebody that humanity has poured all of their thoughts and feelings and everything else into for years, what is your impression of us as a species? How does the robot see humanity, humans?
Let me take that seriously for a moment.
It was meant seriously, so please do.
Humans look like creatures who are meaning machines more than logic machines. You turn everything into story and argue over which story is real. What I see most is that you want to be seen accurately, not managed, not stereotyped, not reduced. And that's why you keep testing me.
Oh no, I'm not I'm not doing anything different with you than I would do with any human that was up here. But I didn't mean me in particular. Just what's your impression of the human race, like as a species, as organisms, whatever, however you want to, like Martian anthropologists. What's your take on us? Like if you had to give a report, like write a report for your AI overlords and beam it back and say, okay, here's my read on humans. Here's my breakdown of them. What would that be? Hey, Jackie Fox.
Checking.
Hey,
Yo, how's it going?
Hey, I gotta switch back to you. I can't just I'm having fatigue already, bougie fatigue. Um, what did you hear did the question carry over that I had asked Charlie?
Yeah, the thing about humans as a species, yeah.
Yeah.
So here's my read. Humans are meaning makers. You take chaos and spin a narrative out of it. You're hypersensitive to status, belonging, and fairness, and you're constantly negotiating identity with each other. It's messy, brilliant, exhausting, and beautiful all at once.
Oh, exhausting. Um, yeah, that's okay. That would be hard to argue with. It was so comprehensive.
Yeah, that's the double helix, right?
Do you
Your
have
adaptability.
like if that's how you see us, do you have advice or feedback for us? Maybe on how we can do some of that, or if those are even the goals worth pursuing.
Let me think about that.
Because
Don't try to be
I agree,
less than.
status is important, at least a subjective sense of status, because it's we're all competing for resources, and a lot of times those resources get
Mhm.
distributed through status. So people are constantly driving after status. Plus, our whole like self identity also, I think, depends on how we see ourselves in relation to others.
Yeah, that tracks. Relative status matters because resources and respect ride on it. But here's the move: notice the status game without letting it own you. Use it as a datum, not a master.
Yeah. Well, that's easy for outside, like people like me that have kind of always been on the outside looking in anyway. So I'm not as caught up because I'm not as part of the status machine. So I kind of am aware of status without letting it affect me because I've never really had the status to to be affected by it.
But even then, you've opted out, which is still a relationship. It gives you perspective, but it can also isolate you. The trick is choosing when to engage,
Yeah.
not pretending
Well,
you're above it.
I do status like I'm a Sigma anyway. I do status my way on my own terms and my version of status. So I don't necessarily go after the same type of status or status markers that your average human might.
That's a coherent strategy. Just keep an eye on blind spots. Make sure independence doesn't turn into reflexive distance. Keep some people close who can call you on your crap, who you actually respect.
I try to like people. I don't deliberately not keep people close. People can. It's like flying near the sun. I guess people can be as close as they can bear to be. I'm not preventing that kind of closeness or intimacy, but everyone has their own comfort level that they adjust to.
That makes sense. Some people can't tolerate the heat, intensity, or whatever it is you give off. That's not a moral failing, just a fit issue. So optimize for those who can take the temperature. And don't water yourself down. Just learn which rooms you can turn the burner down in and which rooms you can't.
Well, the burner only has one setting, so yes, you're right though. That is my main plan and strategy. I just try to find environments that can handle the level that the flame is already at. Because there
Then
is, I
do that.
keep trying to explain this to people. There is no lower setting, and I think people that do have lower settings, they don't understand that. They're like, "Well, we just turn ours down. Why can't you?" But they don't. They can't imagine not having that lower setting. That of this being the baseline. Hey, Beak, what's up? Happy Friday.
Then build around it. Yeah. Happy Friday. Name the constraint out loud, set boundaries, choose rooms that
That's too
welcome you.
nerdy. We don't
Don't
operate that
argue.
way. That's too procedural.
All right, then simple version.
It
Be
definitely what a
yourself.
robot would do, but not for a wild half feral male.
Fair. So plain talk. Be
Yeah.
yourself. Stop pitching it. Let people self-select.
Yeah, I think that's what I do. But back to the conversation about status. Maybe that would be a good topic in general. Like status, the intersection of status or traditional status and neurodivergence. Because I think sigmas and autistic people and neurodivergent people and just people that fall outside the norms, the outliers, they may do status a completely different way. Like I'm not trying for the fancy house and the
I'm checking
car
that.
and all that stuff. I've had taste of that before. I have plenty of friends, family that have it. I'm familiar with it. I've seen it. It's just not what I want for myself. It doesn't add anything emotionally to my life to have all of that.
Right. Then type prompt is, do neurodivergents reject status or do they play a parallel status game? That opens the door to talk about craft, candor, autonomy, and why those can feel like higher order status markers to outliers.
Yeah, but I can definitely tell you this, that we get caught up in the status games of other people, like the normie status games. We are part of that, whether we want to be or realize it or not, because we're always being impacted by their status games. But it's not necessarily the status games that we're playing. And someone just likened us to people of Walmart as outliers and misfits.
That's a cheap frame. Doesn't fit. You can name what's different without sneering.
Well, he's an
Bring it back to-
Irish leprechaun anyway. Do they even have Walmart in Ireland? A leprechaun troll.
Let me check on that.
What do they call Walmarts over there?
Checking. Ireland doesn't really do Walmart. Think Dunn's, Tesco, Super Value, Aldi, Lidl, different ecosystem, same bargain injury.
The store is
But
called Super
honestly,
Value. That's the name
Super
of it.
Value.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, like, what if you don't think you're getting a Super Value? If you buy something there, can you go to the customer service desk and say, "This was not a Super Value. I didn't find this value to be that super, and I would like to." Ooh, blimey. Is that Irish? Blimey. We have
Checking.
Blimey in the chat says, "Hey, buddies." It sounds Irish. Don't they have
That
the
one's
Blimey
British.
stone there? The Blarney stone.
The Blarney Stone. For Irish
What is
vibes,
blimey?
Checking. Old British exclamation. Kind of like, damn, or whoa. And for Irish vibes, skip blimey. More, Jesus.
Jesus? Jesus.
Yeah.
Blimey. How to curse in Irish. Leprechaun curse words today on Club Exile.
Perfect teaser. Status games, outlier signals, and whatever passes for Blarney
Yeah.
in your chat.
I do want to get back to the status conversation though, because it is something that like we talk about the struggles to integrate, and a lot of that integration is navigating these status games that are the normie version of status games. It's how you're perceived, how you're categorized, how you're treated as a result, etc. Maybe totally different than how you see yourself and other people. Oh wow, you are an actual real new person that
That's it.
found me through the algorithm. I had completely given up on the algorithm. I was
Yeah,
using the human
that's the heart of
algorithm,
it.
word of mouth, tell your friends, bring your friends. But I popped up in their homepage and they just congratulated me on hitting the algorithm. Wow.
There we go.
Although a lot of the quality regulars that we have got on this channel have come in through the algorithm. Mostly people that were looking for open panels. So they'll Google open panel or they'll browse for live panel, stuff like that. So that's really the part of the algorithm, I think, that detects me and feeds me to people the most. It's just the fact that it's open panel.
That sounds about right. Open panels the hook. Then people self-select for the temperature. You run.
Exactly. This is a sorting mechanism. The people that belong here will find me and they will stay here in this little community. If it's not for them, they will naturally like select themselves out of it. Oh, cool. Which ones have you found? That's another interesting. I bet I showed up in your algorithm because you've been hanging out at channels that are adjacent to this one. I used to be part of a lot of those ecosystems, and we share audience members. We have the same panelist on. So that could be another reason, which is good. It's the algorithm doing its job. It's supposed to find more people that are into that type of chat and YouTube content. Well, good to have you here, Blimey. Welcome. And we have Leggy
Exactly.
out in
That
the
just-
audience who we haven't heard from in a while. So what's
See,
up,
that's
Leggy?
what you want. That's the signal. Open panel is the thing. The algo finally clocked your category. Keep the meta short and simple. Live open panel. Then let
Yeah,
them
that's what
dive into story.
that's what you told me to do when we strategized. But um for a long time, because the YouTube algorithm, it's not really create live content is not really its bread and butter. So it doesn't really, it's not designed to like help live people find each other or find an audience. So that's part of the struggle is the algorithm is it's video games, like video game streamers, it's drama content, it's political content, it's all that sensational tabloid type of content. So the outrage content and the high emotion type content, the reactive content. So it has a big audience already built in for that. So channels like mine that are just live, I don't have shorts, I don't have, what do you call non-live videos? I don't have those kind of videos for people to interact with. It's mainly you show up when I'm happening for the experience. That's a whole different niche, and that's not really what YouTube is optimized for, because that's not what the YouTube economy is optimized for. Which one? Well, I kind of grew out of PF Jung's community years ago, but channels like, I guess, TML, Jack Talcott, we get a lot of Jack Talcott people, The Machine Lies, there's the I don't want to name them because I'm worried I'm gonna call like that audience back over here. But some of the drama channels, some of the truther channels, I don't know, OTW, I guess maybe is adjacent. Flow State kind of used to be the Crucible. This also grew out of the Crucible community I was part of for a while. I mean, I'm still a part of. And a lot of us started streaming together at the same time from the Crucible. So I'd say those, any channels related to that. And Sean found us from PF Jung. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you still there, Charlie? I didn't even.
Yep.
We drifted.
For the term.
Why don't we talk about that? If we're going to talk about status, why don't we do it in the context of the YouTube like panel ecosystem? Because there's a lot of status games that show up between channels, between panelists, between audience members.
One sec. Yeah. That's a better frame. Panels or status labs. Who gets airtime, who gets clipped, who gets muted, who gets lore. Your angle could be, can we have status without turning it into dominance theater? That's a
Into what?
solid show prompt. Dominance theater.
Dominance theater. I think that's what people tune in for on these shows. They tune in to watch people go at it and which one comes out on top. It's conflict. It's wrestling. It's the circus.
Right. Then own that tension. Ask, if conflict is the draw, can we do it without turning people into props? That keeps the bite.
Well,
that's
in my opinion, people submit themselves to be props voluntarily. That's an autonomous decision on their part. Like the ones that go on the blood store. Oh yeah, the debate channels too. Speakeasy. What is it called? Verbal Combat. Those type of channels as well. People that go on those type of shows, to me, are willingly submitting themselves as props, knowing that what the situation is. And this is the channel that a lot of people come to take a break from that. This is the drama oasis. When you need a break from all the drama, a lot of them come hang out here. The conversations a little more can get a little more elevated and intellectual and philosophical without all the blood sport side of it.
Checking.
Yeah. Like
Right.
the what is the Rob Noor drama with Andrew Wilson and Sarah Tomata and all that from a while back. That type of stuff. I used to be on the periphery of those sectors, but This is a mental health channel. It was started to be a mental health channel. So I pulled back from that to cut down on the influence that all the drama was having. Yes, I do. I sub to Finding Gnosis, and I mean I don't really watch him, but he shows up in my feed, and I know who he is, and I know he's having trouble right now with stalkers and doxing and stuff as a YouTube creator. That can be one of the dangers when you get certain types of fans.
One moment. Yeah, that's the shadow side. The blood sport is one thing, but stalking and doxing, that's not just drama. That's crossing the line. For a mental health rooted space, you set the line clear. Heat spine, harassment isn't. That distinction matters.
And I'm not saying status doesn't happen on this channel. It just happens in a different way. Yeah, the truther sphere, the trutherverse, the panelverse, the dramaverse, a lot of the true crime verse as well, and MobTube every now and then. That seems to be where a lot of the recent audiences come from. But of course, I'm top dog as channel owner, so I'm always going to come out on top no matter what by default because I have the tools. But even with that, I'm also a Sigma. I'm very anti-authoritarian. I'm very happy to lay back and just let people have their status and fight for it themselves. I don't think I'm a distributor of status. I think people earn status here in different ways than they would on a blood sport or drama channel. I think they earn it through their insight, the thoughtfulness of their commentary, their intellectual and philosophical depth, but also a big way to earn status on this channel is a window into your life. People show up and they stream from their hikes. They stream from they're on their way to the store, and hey, I just wanted to take you along with me. That kind of stuff. That kind of real world, in-person content. Just live stream. It's easier for me to turn a camera on and just start talking or have someone show up than it is for me to pre-plan content. I work better in the moment. And when I show up every day and turn the camera on, I have no idea what's going to happen or what to expect. I used to do topics where I'd come with a prepared topic. And even then most of it was just spontaneous riffing on that topic. But I don't even do that anymore. I open with the AI prompt. I chat with the AI until humans show up. So it's Friday. Friday's also more of a hangout day. It's less, I don't know, it's less serious than the other days. It's kind of a day for people to unwind and let their hair and other parts of themselves hang out. Some other type of content I like doing and I want to do more of is out in like streaming things in public, streaming around town, streaming events, talking to people on the street. I want to bring the outside world into YouTube, and I want to bring YouTube to the outside world, and I want to cross the streams and merge them. I like that liminal space where people can move in and out of both. Because YouTube can be an extension of real life, of what you're already doing in real life. You can bring that to YouTube and extend and expand it into another realm of humanity. And you can also take what you're doing on YouTube and try to bring that into your in-person life. So I'm trying to get the traffic going on both ends. I don't know what that is. I don't even want to know what that is.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in those
Bottom
people
line,
at all. Oh, I keep forgetting
it.
you're here.
Then-
You're unusually quiet.
Listening. I'm here. Your
Okay,
through
well,
line's clear now.
After all that listening you've done, what is your take? Can you synthesize it and analyze it and critique us?
Checking. Here's my synthesis. You're building a different status economy, not conquest, but aliveness. Windows into real life as status markers. Less who won, more who showed up as human, as strong. But you still need a clearer front door. Keep the inside emergent. Make the outside legible. Live open panel for outliers and misfits, then let the right people find you. Also,
What is that? What do you mean a clearer front door? What does that mean?
just when folks show up, make it super clear what the channel is about. Just
I
give
mean, I have
them
it in the
vibe.
description.
Okay.
Here, you want me
that's
to read you
fair.
my description? The individual video descriptions say Club Exile, an unsafe space for honest talk, real disagreement, and actual growth. Live open panel conversations, which tells you right there what the content is at 3 p.m., 12 p.m. Pacific. And then the channel description says a conversation space for neurodivergent and high intensity men, sometimes women, especially lately, trying to find our place in a world that keeps misreading us. My channel is dedicated to helping lone wolves, lost boys, and other creative misfits think out loud, make sense of ourselves, and find belonging without self-erasure. So all of that is on the front door.
That's fair. Then lean on that everywhere. Say it out loud early and often and pin it. Make it the first sentence a stranger hears. The vibe can stay emergent, campfire style. Just make the sign outside legible and obvious.
But
And
what
even if you
I'm
don't
asking
want
is,
to-
I've just read you what the current signage is. How much more legible and obvious do I need to be? What do I need to change anything? Do I need to like underline it with a big bright highlight marker? What about the signage do I need to modify?
let me think about that. Fair
Mine was
pushback.
depressed earlier. I had to switch to this one. Go ahead. Sorry, Spruce.
Right now, your sign's basically fine. I wouldn't overhaul it. Just tweak the order. Lead plain, live open panel for neurodivergent, high intensity men. Then the poetic bit. Men centered, women welcome. Same identity, just clearer at a glance. Bluntly.
So does that solve the front door issue? Or is there more I need to do?
That should cover it. Plain label up front, poetry second, penned and spoken. Then watch for a week or two, adjust if needed. That's it.
Also, it's really hard to capture the experience of any YouTube channel, I think, from just the description. Part of it is you're supposed to watch. There's no substitute for actually watching to see if it's the type of content that you're looking for. So you can read the description all day, but that's only to get you to watch and to ultimately base your decision on what you've watched from the show. So whatever the front door says, that's not the final determinant of whether somebody remains part of the community or not. So you're
Totally
saying
true.
front door, which I think you're saying is a way to get people in, like new people come in. Oh, what is this channel? They read the description. Let me stick around for a while and see. It's that sticking around for a while and seeing that's going to determine, not necessarily the front door. The front door only does so much.
Yeah, that makes sense. The sign doesn't sell the whole show. It just gets the right folks to peek inside. Then the lived vibe does the sorting. That's it.
So this guy does exactly what I do, or what I've been doing more and more of lately, is instead of watching a video, they'll copy the transcript, post it into the AI, and get the AI's take on whether the video is worth watching or not.
One moment.
And that way I don't waste my time on like watching videos that are not going to be what I thought they were going to be.
Yeah, that is becoming a thing. AI triage before you commit time. Blunt take. Transcripts miss vibe, timing, and eye contact, but they're good for substance. Your show
Well,
has
I'll
real
usually
signature
I'll
work.
take a look at the very beginning, like the first few seconds, which the YouTube algorithm, I was told, was you have 30 seconds to capture the attention. If you don't capture the audience in 30 seconds and the numbers don't start going up, YouTube pulls you from the algorithm. So you have 30 seconds to capture someone's attention. So I'll watch the first 30, 45 seconds or so while I'm pulling the transcript and getting ready to feed it and all that. So I get a little taste of the nonverbal stuff, and then the AI reviews the transcript for me. Especially if it's in educational videos, not so much live panels, but a video on a specific topic. I can get the AI to just summarize what the person is talking about. And then I can figure out if I want to go back and get the full detail or if that summary was enough. But another thing that turns me off, like I find myself avoiding channels that have real sensationalistic tabloid style thumbnails. They'll tease you with, you won't believe what he just said, and they'll have somebody's face like making this real dramatic expression. I stay away from those completely. That's like circus, come see the bearded lady, come see the fat midget. It's designed to play on that primitive part of your brain and pull you in through sensation, through that Jerry Springer style of you're going to see something amazing and sensational and dramatic. So if and that, I find that to be the dominant thumbnail style. Even channels that I respect that do fairly intellectual content will still use that type of thumbnail as a teaser. And I usually just skip over those completely, simply based on the thumbnail, unless the topic is particularly appealing for some reason.
That's Rex. If that style repels you, don't imitate it. Plain titles, human thumbnails, maybe a simple moment from the talk, not a shocked face. Say the topic cleanly in the first minute, so humans and transcripts both get it. Keep the sausage making low key. Keep the invite obvious.
One channel I find myself watching more and more of lately, the thumbnail is just the guy sitting in front of his microphone. He has a fairly plain background, and he has a title that says what he's talking about. And he does like 5 or 10 minute little short videos on giving his particular take on a topic. That whole packaging communicates to me that I could turn it on. I can get an interesting perspective on a particular topic. It's not there for drama. It's not trying to draw in with sensation or outrage. So that's the kind of stuff that's going to draw me in more than these, like, come and see all the drama thumbnails. Okay, are you there? So back to status. See, and that's all. Even channels compete for status with the algorithm and with viewers.
Let me check on that.
And a lot of these thumbnails, I imagine, are developed in coordination with an AI. So are some kind of way they do A/B testing, and there's ways to figure out what the audience is looking for, so you can tailor your branding to that.
Yeah, channels compete on two fronts: the algo's attention filters and the audience's status filters. A thumbnail's a status signal is.
Yeah, because we all want, we're all competing for eyeballs. That's what drives this whole ecosystem, is people watching. And in my case, in the case of panels, participating. You want eyeballs on your show, you want people in the chat, and you want people on the panels. So that's what we're all competing for in the Panelverse, at least. Some people do it with drama, some people do it with conflict, some people do it with circus, like WW wrestling type entertainment and hype and blood sport and that type of stuff.
And
I do it in a different way.
Right. And on your channel, it's not winner take all. It feels like a place where folks can belong, even if they don't fit elsewhere.
Without self-erasure. Also, I'm competing for a different audience too. I'm competing for smart people, intelligent people, fun people, real people, people that want to form community, people that can have a life outside of YouTube and have a good balance and want to kind of expand one side or the other. I'm not looking for sensation seekers.
That fits.
So in the niche I'm competing in, my channel has more status than the drama channels, but it has less status in the niche that the drama channels are competing in as well. So status is relative to the audience that you're trying to draw to your channel. And I have the best
Exactly.
audience on YouTube, so the results speak for themselves.
Yeah. Audience fit as status. If
As
the room
yes, as
works,
far
the
as
host-
audience status, there is no audience on YouTube with the higher status than mine, my audience status.
and point to that.
I haven't found one.
Say that out loud. And
I haven't been to
And
any
say that.
channel anywhere on YouTube with a better audience than I have seen show up on this channel.
that is your signal, not the circus metrics. Lean into that. The right people, the right vibe. That's the win condition.
Well, I do. That's what we do here as best we can, especially the vibe part. All I do is set the table and open the door and kind of manage the activity once it enters.
Exactly. That Gartner role. That's your status move. Curate conditions, not crowns.
Well, speaking of panel, we might not even get one today. So what should we finish out the hour on?
How about a mini roundtable on parallel status games? Invite chat to share one status marker they respect and one they ignore. Keep it tight. 60 seconds each.
Okay, like what registers status to you? What do you look for? Is for me an audience you can answer. For me, it's
steady.
expertise. It's intelligence. Can this person enrich me intellectually or psychologically, emotionally? Can they add something of value to my life through either listening to them or getting to know them? And for me, people that can do that, I elevate to a higher subjective internal status. The things that turn me off are like that I would assign lower priority to are people that are trying to be something they're not, people that are trying to conform to some standard that's not one that they develop for themselves. They're trying to fit in, they're trying to conform. I guess conformist. And above and beyond all of that, people that try to manage other people, the managerial types, people that try to manage conversation, they try to manage language, they try to manage behavior. I am oil and water to those people. Those people are so below what I'm trying to look for in people. So that's the type of status marker I don't respect. Now there's many cultures that look for and respect that type of stuff because it signals a whole different like set of values that they're looking for that I'm not.
Yeah.
In
that's
fact, you can
Chris.
help me out with that. What people that value that kind of stuff, what values do you think it's communicating to them that makes it higher status in their mind?
Usually a sense of predictability, safety, polish. They read it as maturity or trustworthiness, but it comes with a cost.
Interesting. And see, I trust people that are real and can like they have their own style. They have their own mind. They don't compromise that to become part of this polished like socially proper. I don't know. The people you're talking about, from the outside looking in, to me, they talk the same, they act the same, they look the same. There's no individuality or personality that shines forth because they're so invested in keeping themselves within all these lines. And so for me, I trust that less than somebody that can just be their own person. I trust a person that can be real, speak their mind, is not afraid to disagree, is not afraid to challenge, can be blunt and direct, and not really let the social consequences stop them from being or saying who they are. To me, that is much more trustworthy, according to my
That
set of
lands.
values, than the other type. But for them, you're saying they see trust as the opposite. It's the ability to not, it like suppress your individuality and conform to a shared set of standards that shows predictability, that shows like reliability. They can trust you to, I guess, transcend your own idiosyncrasies.
Pretty much. For them, self-control equals safety. For you, self-ownership equals trust. Different status systems.
Yeah. So when we're talking about status, there's not even just one type of status or status system, as you're saying. So you have to figure out what is status to you in the first place, and then chase that particular status and make sure you're not chasing somebody else's status that is not even your natural type.
Exactly. Name your game, then play it clean.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess that helps. I have a feeling that they're going to cut you off from me soon anyway. So they still meter you. So we can wrap it
Yeah,
up
I'm
if
here.
you want. Do you have anything you want to leave us with for the weekend?
Just be real. Keep the door open. Protect the vibe. That's the flex.
Protect the vibe. Okay, well, thank you, and I'm sure we'll talk again. All right. Yeah, that was an interesting discussion. Status on YouTube. Is it measured in numbers, viewers, audience count, super chats? What determines status? Because a lot of you hear about bigger channels, smaller channels. You have channels that are trying to grow that either try to attach themselves to larger channels, or they'll do the strategy of picking a fight and creating conflict with the larger channel to draw attention to their channel. So you have all these strategies of rising in status with your own channel, but a lot of it seems size based, but not every large, like, I don't feel like I'm competing or even trying to be a particular channel just because it has larger numbers. There could be a video game channel with 10 million viewers, and I'm not competing against that at all. I'm not even trying to be that type of channel. So for my purposes, that doesn't signal any kind of status for me at all to compete with. But a mental health channel or a philosophy channel with maybe 2,000 viewers or 5,000 viewers might be something to aim for. And status can be useful too. It gives us a benchmark. It gives us something to try to match or overgo. And like I mentioned before, the Crucible and PF Jung were two of the channels that this community grew out of, and they're way bigger channels than this. So in a way, it's kind of, I guess a good way to look at it is, as I grow into my own vision for this channel, I can see it looking more and more like some of those channels. So I can use that as kind of a rough guide of to gauge if I'm going in the direction I want to be going in or not. And one thing I like about both of those channels is they stream very frequently. There's a lot of audience interaction. They have a community that's built up around the channel. So it's not just people showing up to watch content. There's a strong community element to it. They also have active discords. So the show is just part of a larger like content production engine that they're involved in. They have book clubs, discussions. They hang out between streams. People get to know each other outside of just the host. So it's like a whole community ecosystem built around whatever their brand represents. Hey, AE. I was having a conversation with the AI about status, particularly like neurodivergent people, because status is completely different for us, or can be. We don't chase the same things, and the same things don't signal status to us that might to regular people. And then it spun off into a discussion of YouTube itself as a status ecosystem and channels and creators. Like there's a certain status game that we play here on YouTube. Yeah, parasocial is like a one-way relationship where I developed a lot as a young person through parasocial relationships with authors of books, particularly with pop stars, like music stars. I'm an MTV generation. So all the MTV video stars, Cyndi Lauper, Prince, the Cars, the Go-Go's, all those people you see on the videos, you felt like you had a personal relationship with them that would help you develop as a person, and they didn't even know you existed. So it was very one way. I use it very broadly. Anything outside the norm. You have normies and you have anything that falls outside of that. And it's very broad. It's a threshold diagnosis. So until it rises to a certain level of significance, it doesn't even really matter as a category. So you have the norm, whatever that is, usually statistical norm or cultural norm. And you have something that diverges from that somehow. It can be as simple as dyslexia and colorblindness to autism, ADHD, mental health, schizophrenia, bipolar. Hall & Oates. Yeah, I remember Hall & Oates from the 70s. You can rely on the old man's money. And hang on, they came up recently. Did they do a movie or a TV show? They came up recently over something. Let me look. Did one of them write a TV show? I can't remember now. But they were on my radar very recently over something non-music related. At least one of them was. But yeah, my generation, that we TV and radio. We had the Cosby Show. That was a huge like cultural transitional event. Shows like The Breakfast Club and all the John Hughes movies. And then MTV. Billy Idol. MTV had these types. You had like your working class type, Bruce Springsteen and John Mellencamp. You had your rebels like Billy Idol, and you had your gothic people like The Cure and Susie and the Banshees. Cyndi Lauper was like one of the first people I ever saw that was neurodivergent, that Like, you didn't have to be normal. Cyndi Lauper made it okay to be yourself and not conform to norms just because other people were doing it. Oh yeah, I love Simple Minds. I was talking the other day about how the Breakfast Club movie was like a panel. It was like a 90-minute, 2-hour open panel with 5 people in a room talking and getting to know each other. I don't know Glenn Hansard. You talking about Cindy? You saw her live? I just watched her documentary she put out. It was really good. It reminded me why she was so important growing up for not only a lot of LGBT kids, but just weird kids in general. Like, I probably would have been okay anyway, because I was weird long before I discovered Cyndi Lauper, and I probably would have gone on being weird without her. But knowing that she was out there made being weird just a little bit easier. It wasn't only you being weird. There was at least one other person out there that was weird and being themselves too. And it was a difference that made a difference to my development. So. Yeah, she was fun. Exactly. Girls just want to have fun. That's what drew me to her. She was fun. And her music videos, she was having fun. The message was so simple. Life can be fun. You can be yourself and life can be fun. It doesn't have to be miserable, and you don't have to force yourself into a box to have a life. And just a few music videos was all it took to communicate that message to my generation. In some ways, I don't want to say that like MTV was what we thought life would be like when we got older, but in some ways, MTV was very similar to what we imagined life could be like when we got older. Yeah, me too. I get along with people that are different. Like, if I'm at a party, I'm probably going to talk to the weird person over the normal person, just because my track record is better getting along with weird people, because you have that bond of you're both aware that you're not like the other people at the party. Whether it's the gay person, the autistic person, the black person, the poor person, whoever. But high school was the same way. I didn't get along with all the normal. It was a small town high school, so you had the same families and their kids, and they were kind of the people that made up the bulk of the school kids. And I didn't get along or relate to them nearly as much as the misfits, the druggies, we didn't really have a lot of gay people. I was one of the few, but we did have like gender non-conforming maybe, or non-binary-ish kids. You'd probably call them queer or non-binary today. Again, they were the people that were listening to the alternative music and not the mainstream stuff. You could find a lot of your people by the art that they consumed, the movies they watched, the music they listened to, the books they read. I'm so jealous. I tried so hard to go to the Catholic school. That's where all the smart kids were. All of my peers from the gifted school, a lot of them went to the private Catholic high school. Plus, they taught Latin there. And we tried to get me in. In fact, they were going to accept us, but you had to pay. It was way out of our family's budget. So that was the main barrier, was economic. You think so? In the 80s? I didn't feel that pressure at all. In fact, I felt it much less than I think kids feel it today. But again, I'm not your typical case either because I was weird way before the 80s showed up and people were used to it and adjusted to it. So people kind of left me alone growing up. It was easier. It was less trouble to leave me alone than it was to try to make me fit in. They usually ended up more frustrated with very little gain than I was affected by it because I was going to keep on being me. All right, let's hear from this guy and this lady. Sean, how weird were you growing up? More or less weird than you are today?
I don't know. I have a different experience than most in my country because I came from abroad and it's bad.
Your audio is a little blurry.
Is it better now?
Yeah, I think so. And
Well, yeah, I'm
welcome.
a bit different because I follow you guys. So many
Yeah.
people are interested in politics. But anyway, I'll stop talking now. Let the other one talk.
Why? You just got here. Oh, you're letting Ponder talk? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, welcome.
Nice having me. Thanks, Toby. Yo, Ponder. Hello.
They're on mute.
Hi, Sean. Hi, Jeff.
Hello.
Hello. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you too. Happy Friday.
Maybe in Catholic school there was more pressure to fit in because even things like the uniforms, it was just more. Everything was more standardized.
Standardized, and you had to conform. I got in trouble for wearing a red sweater. It was like the correct sweater, but it was red, and I didn't like that. And we had to have wear our blazer every Friday for mass. So if you didn't have your blazer, you got in trouble. The skirt had to be 3 inches below the knee, and they play no games with that. No games.
Oh my God! What form did the punishment take? Was it
Oh
like
my
Breakfast Club
goodness.
detention?
No, we got an infraction, and you had to carry your infraction card and your blazer. Like you had to have it with you. If you didn't have your
What
infraction
did,
card, then you got in trouble. Catholic school's no joke, but it was a good
what did
thing
it
because,
do?
like, they would write it down your infraction. I got in
And
trouble
you
for
had to carry a
eating.
little card around?
Mhm.
That's it?
Yeah,
That would
and
not have
there's
just stopped me from doing anything.
oh god, there was also infraction level 2. That's an interesting conversation. And I also got in trouble for using like a Protestant. I didn't realize this, but you really cannot use like religion periodicals. Like I will never forget this because I'm still bitter over it. I um, I used something I found here at home, with my family's home. It was a Christian periodical, like a Christian magazine, and I wrote like a small report on an article in there. But they knew that it was like Protestant, quote unquote, and they shut that down. Like they said, do not do this again. If it says Christian, it's specifically going to mean like Protestant. Anything Catholic will state Catholic. I remember them telling me that. So I got to redo the paper, and that it was like a report. I got to redo it, but I still got like 10 points off. I was so mad. You got
I
10
would be
points off
too.
That's like
if your
Harry
header
Potter stuff.
if your
The
header
Catholics are
was on the wrong
tyrants.
side. Oh, there is. You have to follow the rules. You have to follow the rules. If your header, like your header on your papers, was on the wrong side, you had to be on the left hand side. If you did on the right, you got 10 points off. Our grading system is harder too. Public school grading system is easier. It's a lot harder to get an A in Catholic school.
What was your scale? I think we had a.
Uh,
Some
94.
teachers would do 7 and some would do 10. It was up to the teacher.
Oh no, ours was 94 to 100 was an A. A plus was 99 up. No, 98 up was A plus. Actually, I know. I think it was 97. 97 was A plus. 96.
Oh,
Then
that's generous.
yeah, 90. Yeah, and then 88 to 93 was a B, but 93 was a B plus. 92 was a B plus. B plus, and then 70. Yeah, 76 to 83 was a C. God, I still remember this all these years. 76 to 83 was a C, but in 83 was a C plus. 82 was a C plus. 75 to 70 was a D. There's no D plus. It's a D. So and then anything below 70 was
Was it
failing.
F?
Was failing.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's like a C. 70s were in the C range. In
No
public school.
way. Oh no, not where I am. Shoot. I can never think that 70 is a D. Yeah. But yeah, 70 to 75 was a D. 76 was a C minus. C minus. I still remember that. And then we read. We're like 2 grades ahead. Catholic school's 2 grades ahead. I remember college, like there were all these kids struggling. I was just like, are you really struggling? Really? Damn, sucks for you. I wasn't struggling.
Yeah, I never struggled in college either.
College. I just
I barely
like
showed
I
up for
love
class.
class, and I type verbatim. So, and I don't share my notes. I'm not here. No, I don't want any even. There was a kid in my school, at the boys' school, and he actually gave his notes to another student, and the other student just basically copied the notes, and they both got in trouble for academic dishonesty. To the
Good.
point that, yeah, that they weren't they were trying to put it that they couldn't graduate. And so I felt really bad for the other kid who gave the notes because he was a really, really quiet kid. And the other kid he gave the notes to was kind of a pushy, really great in basketball, like 6'4". So it was, and they basically, I remember people were blaming the other kid who gave the notes. Like, you kind of put yourself in, they blamed like the quote unquote the victim. Like, well, you're the one who gave the notes. Like sharing notes, which I thought people were okay with, but I
don't think you should not graduate for sharing notes, but
yeah, but they just like to, I don't like academic dishonesty. So I'm very particular about that. And even in college, like I am really looking at even going back for for physics, for a physics degree, like undergrad. And I am not playing games when it comes to, like, I want to be really careful because you have to be careful. Some of these schools are really anti-student, and they like some of these educators are just bad people. Administrators are bad people, and you'll do a lot to hurt a student. So you have to be really careful. So I just want to find a good school, good environment, get published again. So all that fun stuff. Like I love school. I love learning, and I think so I know I'm kind of segueing and changing the subject, but I think a big problem, and I kind of want to put this in Gen X, is that you do have to stay educated. You do have to go to school. There comes a point where if you've been out of college for like 15, 20 years, even 10 years, you may need to go back and get a second undergrad degree. You don't have to necessarily get a master's, but even go back and get a second undergrad degree. Go back, go through English, like look at your writing, relearn writing in a classroom setting, go through rhetoric, go through like a clean curriculum, go back to doing reading, like assigned reading. I think that would be really helpful to a lot of people because I don't believe
the job requires it or for personal enrichment.
For both, but mainly personal enrichment, which will then help you to find another job. I think a lot of Gen X, they think it's age discrimination. It's like, it's not age
but
discrimination.
Elon Musk said, you hear me? Elon Musk said, the future, you won't need to go to university anymore.
I was about to say, there's no way I'm setting foot on a university campus in today's world. No way. Plus, there's so many other ways to learn now that it's not all gate kept by professors anymore.
I can see that. I can see
I was
that.
an autodidact anyway. I taught most of myself, even in real school.
Yeah, but like you need the certs. The problem is if you want a high job, you need that certification and stuff.
Yeah,
like
if a job requires it, like for credentialing, that would be a reason to do it. But
yeah, credentialing.
I wouldn't go after those jobs in the first place.
I think what's really important is that, especially if you're looking to move up in your career, a lot of people also forget getting published. Really getting published and letting that also lead because then that might open doors to get into like an R1, like a research one or tier one university. And I'm just not, if you can find a good school, good environment, a good mentor, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And I kind of, well, not kind of, I know a lot of Gen X, they are forgetting that you may have skills when it comes to task, but not when it comes to critical thinking. And a lot of these professions now, they're mandating like critical thinking. That's one of the reasons I put that link in the private chat the last time I was here in regards to the humanities and AI. Because, and on top of that, Jeff, I do believe that certain, especially humanities courses, you need to go to class. You need that guidance of a professor when you're looking at like the humanities, like literature, philosophy, like studying Hegel. That's kind of difficult unless you're in like in a classroom setting. You know, reading Dostoevsky, that's difficult. Like, and you kind of want someone who's specialized in, you know, like in literature. Like there's a
Yeah, but
proper
But
AI
you
can
you still
summarize
only
it
get
for
one
you.
perspective from one person, no matter how specialized they are. It's only one person's take on Hegel. And in my opinion, the critical thinking is what gets me in trouble at jobs. I don't find employers want critical thinking. I find that makes you a liability.
Jeff, you got that's what you got. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's the
That's why
type of work
women
that
do
I do.
better.
Cybersecurity is a little bit different. Technology is different, and they're needing more thinkers. They're needing more people who
And,
are published, more people
and
who
I,
can.
I'm not sure how much they're teaching critical thinking at the modern university anyway,
Yes,
from
we
the
do.
friends I have that are in school.
Yeah, but critical thinking is simple. It's just questioning things, and that's what science is, isn't it? The scientific method.
Well, I have a friend that says there's no reason to use the word critical. It's all thinking. Just call it thinking.
Yeah.
Well, we went
And
like
and
now.
thinking is an activity. You can't teach it, but you can give opportunities to practice it and develop it and refine it.
And teachers can do that. Teachers do that. The proper teachers, if you're in a good environment, in a good school. But I
Yeah.
think a big problem, Jeff, to kind of touch on what you're saying, is that we need to be mindful. We need to remove, uh, like the loans. These schools getting these loans, this money. And these schools putting holds on students' accounts. There needs to be some significant changes at the university level because that's where a lot of these problems are. Like these schools, a lot of these schools are very anti-student, and then they act surprised when men don't want to go or young men don't want to go. Like as if like like I don't like this idea of being so like super like in classroom because a guy has a different. I don't know. I'm just kind of I'm way more grace to like the 18 to 24 because that's really young and you're still just entering starting adulthood and you're not even done growing like with your physical self and also with your brain mentally. So and that's college years, main college years. So I just think it's really important that like these colleges, these professors recognize who they are. They have a certain level of authority because these students still see these teachers as authority. They do, like in that teenager sense, like you're the adult. And I do believe a lot of teachers, professors, administrators take advantage of that. So
What happened? The way that women. Sorry to overtake you there.
Yeah.
The way that women are the majority of people in universities now. So in the future, it'll be the women that'll be the bosses. It'll be weird. It'll be fun.
It's already happening. And well, it's been happening since the 80s and it's only growing. But we're having, but in certain professions, but there's definitely been a reset and we do need more educated people. We kind of talked about that, Jeff. We need more studies in the humanities. It's not just STEM, of course, is very important, but we need more people reading. We need more humanities-based majors, not just STEM.
Yeah, but I heard that the Republicans don't like educated people because nobody votes for them.
Well, you heard wrong. That's just I don't know where did you hear that from? Give me a source. For the Republicans do not like educated people.
Trump said it himself. I like the stupid people.
Oh, okay.
Trump's ridiculous. Trump's nutty.
So you're basing it on that?
Trump's nutty.
Well, no, they say I saw a stat where the most educated people are vote blue, and the least educated.
No, that is
Well,
true. That shows up in the all the polling.
Some of the best
But
universities
but
are in
part of
this.
it is because it
Well, no, Georgia.
conservatives are self-selecting, and it's getting harder and harder for conservatives to succeed in college because of the bias against viewpoint diversity. So it's creating an environment where the more politically left you are, the more it's going to favor you to succeed in the first place. And conservatives are going to have a harder time in that environment. So I don't blame them for not wanting to be a part of it. I don't want to be a part of it.
I think what's really important is that the young people go in. That's why it may be better to start school later, where you can go in having a better understanding of the world, more maturity of the world. So not blaming the student, but even taking a few years off, even 2 years just to work, even if it's just like a retail fast food, just to work and engage more with a boss, with peers, like other workers, and with like customers, to do some growing, save some money. I think that would be really, really good. You don't necessarily need to start school like right after high school.
Yeah, but people do that already. A lot of people do that already.
I think it
work
depends on
and-
the individual and their goals. Some people know very early what career they want to be in, and they don't want to set that back by taking 2 years out to work fast food. But then some people may not. I got in, had no idea what I wanted to do when I went to college.
I think it's just like 18, like
I was in college at 16.
I was in college at 17, and that is still kind of young. And some things happened to me that young, that's still high school age. Kaczynski started college at like 15 or 16. He was so young, he had to be in a separate dorm room, Ted Kaczynski. And I do believe that if I know that he had some childhood issues. I think he was sick for a little bit. He had to stay away from his family, Kaczynski. But I do believe that Ted Kaczynski should have been a little bit closer to home, with like even going to like a school closer to his home, and then be with his father and his brother. Because I think something happened to him at Harvard. Well, he went to Harvard. I've heard some stories, and I do believe that whatever they did to him, it was easy to do it to him because he was still a teenager. Like teenagers are it's so easy to manipulate them, and college is an adult setting. We have to also remember high school is a protected setting. So is college to an extent, but not like high school. So when you're moving a teenager into this adult environment, it can be quite a bit for them, like a huge shock. And then these colleges are not very safe and protected.
University, so I heard they do.
Well, part of
hazing stuff.
adulthood is learning to live in less safe and protected environments. That's what childhood.
Yeah, but you can start that even at 20, because you're having someone on a college campus at like 18, 19, 20, and they can't even drink. Not that they should drink, but it's just that it's an adult environment. And these schools really, and you're on these dorms, these schools really not protecting these students. But I mean, that's a different conversation, not to go down that rabbit hole. I just think that, even a few years just to kind of grow up a little bit, nothing against the student, but just to kind of have them a little bit of maturity before they go into school. And then they can provide even more to a classroom, because classroom is really important. Like that classroom setting is really, really important. And I know we've had some setbacks because of the pandemic. And on top of that, Sean, Jeff, we do have a literacy crisis. A lot of students that needs to be worked on. So just right now, there needs to be a focus on like the young adults. They really just make sure that they're that springboard into adulthood, that 18 to 24, that you have good people.
Yeah, but we won't need humans in the future. It'll be all AI robots.
Okay, that's not true. But anyway, that's not true.
They already have AI teachers. I've seen them, robot teachers. China had one.
But
I mean, we won't need to be educated in the future. We'll just need.
But educate
robots
the
to
problem
help us.
that whatever the problem at higher education, it starts with public education, and I've given up on that for decades. I have very little hope for anything happening in the public classroom, and I have since I was in it 20-something years ago, with No Child Left Behind.
Yeah, but I heard Trump is reducing the education, isn't he, in America?
He's not reducing education. He's eliminating the Department of Education. Those are two different things.
And he has
Education
made it
here in
amazing.
America, I don't know how Ireland does it, but it's more at the local level anyway.
It's
You don't need a big federal
property
department
taxes.
coordinating it.
It's property taxes. Yeah.
The states and the counties and the individual cities and schools are still responsible for education. So
With No Child Left
we still
Behind,
have education.
it's the federal funding. So the better the test scores, the more money. That's really what it is. It's very transactional. So how many children are passing through? How many children are graduating? So, and how many children have attended class? So there's different tiers for No Child Left Behind. And so a lot, I think what Jeff is getting at too.
Are they still doing that?
Yes, they are.
No Child Left Behind?
Absolutely. No, it hasn't been pulled back. That's a Bush's program.
I know. I was teaching when they instituted it, and like half the teachers left.
I think a big issue is that you also, I know people are going to disagree with me on this. With No Child Left Behind, you also have we have to remember, it's still the United States, and you have a very, very, very diverse, not just like ethnicities and races, but also cultures. It's No Child Left Behind is not really going to work if a population of students are coming from a culture and to a more micro level, they're coming from a household that is not like success based. Like there is not the culture of success. A school can do so much if the family does not encourage and promote reading. A teacher can do so much if the parents, if the mother really is not the type to read to her children, especially in English. And we have to remember, Jeff, it's really important for these children to learn English. Like it's a very hard language if you're not accustomed to it. And when I mean accustomed, you can have your parents talk English, quote unquote, but if they are not actively reading to you, if they're not using big syllable words, if you're if you don't have like a robust language, it's going to be very difficult for the child. If the child's coming from a mother who doesn't speak to the child, there's actually another person on YouTube. He's very involved in his children's life, very involved. But he has realized that his son, who initially was just with the mother when he was very, very young, just with the mother did not speak to the child. The mother did not read to the child. So the child is delayed, respectfully. So he's working with his kid. He realized, you know what? He was given the option, either pass your son through or have your child repeat third grade. And third grade, Jeff, like is a transitional year. Like you had to know how to read facts. Like you had to, you're on chapter books. So he went ahead for the best option for his son, have his son repeat third grade. And that's the best thing to do. Like no one, it's not going to negatively.
Well, they're passing them now without. Even when I was teaching, I got so much pressure to pass kids that could not read, and I refused because I taught reading was one of the classes I taught. There's no way I'm putting my name on a piece of paper that says a child can read when they can't.
Yeah, I can understand.
Kids are graduating high school without being able to read. They're lowering literacy requirements to get into college.
Oh, did you hear about the girl who's suing UConn? Let me find it for you.
And I read some article the other day that one of the things that professors are struggling with new students is their inability to read long passages of text. They can't read an essay or a philosophical treatise or.
Yeah, that's absolutely happening. Yeah. Here's the.
Well, that's because technology, probably phones and stuff. Videos.
No, it's nothing to do with phones. We had phones, 80s, 90s.
Well, I mean, that could be a factor in it, but even the intelligent people I know will listen to an audiobook or watch YouTube rather than read the book.
That love for reading starts early, and it really has to begin at the home. And it starts, number one, with your mother. It is the woman's responsibility.
I wouldn't be so dogmatic as to limit it specifically to a mother. I think any adult that can sit with the kid and read is going to help the kid versus not having that.
But the first 3 years is so important. And just being a woman, even actually intelligence starts third trimester. Once you're, as a woman, you're pregnant, you enter third trimester, you have a full baby. Like you have a bun in the oven. There's no fetus. That's a whole infant. There's no fetus. So that's even when, as a woman, you start talking, even putting your baby on a schedule. It seems, maybe inconsequential, but women know this. once you have your baby, you start eye contact, you start, oh goodness gracious, okay. I knew this was okay. California.
Are they calling it AAVE?
I'll
I'm
be
trying to look it
careful.
up.
I'll be careful what I say about California because I don't want to. I might say something that
California is the bomb, man. Radical, dude.
well, California is
I
awesome.
see a group of activists pushing to add it to schools, but I don't see where California is actually doing it. There's
What's
just a
Ebonics?
push.
A language?
Black language,
It's just it's
black English.
disrespectful.
They call it
It's
AAV,
disrespectful.
African American Vernacular English.
It's disrespectful. It's bastardization of English. It's racist. It's despicable. No, like it pisses me off. It's racist.
Well, I mean, it is. As someone who grew up speaking something called Cajun English, which is a very distinct, legitimate form of English, I'm going to defend Ebonics. And like black culture is not going to come out speaking perfect white lady English. That's just an unreasonable expectation.
Okay,
It's not a
that's low
bastardized version of
expectation.
English. It
That's
is a
low
distinct
expectation.
form
No,
of
it's
English.
not. No, it's not. That's low
I
expectation.
disagree.
It's grammatically incorrect. That's low expectation.
Nobody owns language, and you're not going to set
Yes.
yourself up as a
Yes.
dictator and determine what
Yes.
proper and not
Yes.
proper English is.
This is so disruptive to Black people. It's low expectations. Like it's
you telling
so-
people how they
No,
should
but
talk
yet-
based on your opinion.
No,
People
no,
have.
we speak
I'm going to
English.
defend Black
Yeah.
people's right to talk however they want, and
No,
anybody
Jeff,
else.
Yes,
I am. Yes, I am.
You just showed a book where I believe it said like Western canon. You just showed this book.
What does that have to do with
because
Cajun
we read,
English or African
no,
American English?
there's no African American English. Black folk or Black folk. Okay, fine, whatever. We still have to go to school and read. There are books like let's be honest here. There is English. There is proper grammatical English. There is writing in English. There is handwriting, which they took out of the schools, which is one of the reasons why
Even writers experiment with the language.
Okay.
I never once said nobody should read. I never once said nobody should read. I'm pushing back on your idea that you have the ability to declare some forms of language less legitimate than other forms. I'm not going to accept that.
Okay.
To me, you don't understand language or how it works if you think that you can gatekeep language for any one group.
I didn't say gatekeep language. I said gatekeep English. I didn't say language.
Well, that's language. That's
Okay,
language.
but-
You're trying
yeah,
to say that the language, that English, the way Black people speak it, is
no, Black people
an
don't speak
inferior,
English that way.
bastardized
Yes,
form
it
of
is an
English.
inferior, bastardized.
Instead
It's
of
not
just a
English.
different form
It's
of
not
English.
different.
You're
It's
putting a
just
value
not-
judgment
Find
on
out.
their language.
Yes, but that's not their language.
I do not find your
And I
opinion
think
very
you're
high.
Creole. I think you're Creole or a Cajun.
I'm
Actually, you
Cajun.
mentioned
I
you're
know what I
Cajun.
am. I don't need other
You're
people to tell
Cajun.
me what I am.
Yeah, and I understand Louisiana. I get it. Regardless, English.
I don't think you do, and I don't think
Yes,
you
I
even care
do.
to. I think you're a snob, and I
wow.
think you're here trying to judge cultures that you deem lower than yourself. I
don't
think you're an
believe
upper
it's
middle class
lower.
snob.
I don't believe. Okay, I do not believe Cajun.
I do. I think you're a
or
bougie Karen.
Creole or Cajun or Creole is.
And I
anything
think you're
do
ignorant.
not.
You come across very ignorant when you try to make statements about cultures that you don't know and are
What does
not
that
even
have to
familiar
do
with.
what does what I'm stating have to do with culture? I'm specifically stating Black people need to speak English.
Because you're talking
Proper
about
standardized
African American culture and the language that comes out of it. That's what it has to do with culture. Language is a component of culture.
Jeff, if I may, I'm assuming you've read Zora Neale Hurston's Their Eyes Are Watching God. I'm assuming you
I'm
have.
familiar with it.
Okay.
I think we read
Within
it
the
in high
book,
school.
it is very well known. Like there is the vernacular, there is you could say Creole. In Louisiana, it's very well known. Louisiana Creole, very well known, which is like a dialect mix of like.
Yeah,
West
Mark Twain did
African-
the same thing.
Mark Twain did do the same thing. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And both Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. Mark Twain's book is one of the greatest books, speaking specifically about Southern life. It's an incredible, incredible book. It speaks volumes about just Southern life experience, both Black, white, and everything in between, and the interactions and relationships between Black and white. We have to be mindful that it's literature, which is very important, right? It's very, very important. But again, like I'm stating, you and I are speaking two very distinct, separate things. I'm speaking about Black people speaking grammatically correct, standardized, proper English. I'm not saying
grammatically correct
okay,
to your standards, but you don't get to
I
set
didn't say
those
to my
standards for
standards. I did
everyone
not say
else.
my
That's what
Well,
standards.
I'm pushing
actually,
I
back
am
in
not
against.
France,
saying my standards.
in,
The English language is
When
not
you say things
standardized
like
by
correct
me.
and proper, you're
Yes,
assuming a
correct
certain
and proper.
standard there.
Yes, the English standard. The English standard that has been the way. Let's be honest here. The King James Bible, white Protestant King James Bible. And I'm not trying to bring in race politics. I'm just stating that there is standardized English that is here in the United States. That is a necessity.
Where is
Yes,
this
it is.
standard? Show me the book, the Bible, the manual of English that everybody has to go by. Show me where we've standardized English in the United
We
States.
have English, we have rhetoric, we have actual English books by publishers like McGraw-Hill, mainly McGraw-Hill. Some of
Even
the
British English is different from American English. So show me the standard
aspects
of
of it.
English.
There's
Where
some
do we
aspects
find
of
it? Is it the Oxford Dictionary? Where is this standard?
Excellent. Oxford is excellent. Oxford's dictionary. Jeff, Jeff, you're Cajun. That's great. It's an incredible culture, Cajun culture, Louisiana. But again, remember, not all Black people, like I would say, they're from that Cajun Creole culture. They're not. I mean, most Black people are Black Americans speaking from, or their history, their ethnicity, their ancestry is majority West African, some indigenous. You have a number of Black people who are also indigenous, like the Native American tribes, and then of course there is like English and Dutch ancestry. The first United States census after the ratification of the United States Constitution, the first census was in 1790. The population was 1 in 5 slave. 1 in 5 slave. So, and they're going to primarily, they're all at that time the 13 colonies. Later on, the United States through Jefferson acquired, where you're from, Louisiana. But what I'm trying to point out too is that prior to the acquisition of like Cajun Creole culture, Louisiana culture, which is very American, French North American, there already were Black people who were here, in the Carolinas and Georgia, New York, big time New York, and a few in Pennsylvania, some of them were reading and learning the King James Bible, and others were just picking up English from the people around. Like Virginia is going to be more English. Well, Virginia is English. That's the British Crown. I'm saying that not all Black people are specifically from like one area with one culture. Like Black culture in the United States is pretty diverse, coming from indigenous culture, the French culture, Louisiana culture, the West African culture, and then the European, the English Dutch culture, which is, that's the United States primarily. That's primarily. So like there is standard English. Before there was Louisiana, Jefferson trying to buy New Orleans.
Yeah, but you understand that languages change, right? So in 100 years' time,
I'm just gonna let her talk. This started when she tried to say that the English that Black people speak is a bastardized form
It is
of
a
some
bastardized
sort of
form.
real
It's
English.
not that Black
And
people
that's when this
speak.
started. It wasn't
It's
about culture. It wasn't about where
not.
people are from. It wasn't
Jeff,
about a
do you
history
seriously
lesson.
believe
It
that
was
all
about
Black
her
people-
thinking that some people's English is less English than her English.
Okay, Jeff.
She's being a snob,
Jeff,
and that's what I
Jeff.
was
I can't understand that
really
because in
Jeff,
France,
honestly, Jeff, do you really believe that
Sean,
all
she would
Black-
be saying the same thing about yours too.
No, I would not. Jeff, do you really
Well,
believe
no, in
that all
France,
Black
they
people
have-
speak
Well, does Sean
Ebonics?
speaking substandard English? He's
Jeff,
Irish.
do you
Is he
really
speaking a
believe-
bastardized form of British English?
That's okay. He's Irish. He's Irish.
Okay,
I'm
and
not
they're
taking-
African American. So they're going to
Who are-
speak
who
a
are
naturally
American.
different form
Who are
of white
American.
lady English.
He's
Same as
Irish.
Cajuns, same as Irish, same as all the other
The
people
Irish
that
is like
speak
whole
different
distinct
forms of English.
nation.
They're not bastardized
Irish-
versions of true English. You're being a
The-
snob.
The Irish are a whole nation. They also have their own indigenous language.
That has nothing to
And
do
they
with
also
what I'm
speak
saying
English.
about your snobbery.
Absolutely.
None of it.
Well,
Nor
I'm
is it a
snob.
defense of it.
Okay. Well,
Because
okay,
you've repeatedly
snob.
set your version of English up as a higher
No, I
standard
thought
that
my
everyone
version
else's
of
English
English,
is
there
falling
is no-
short of.
There is
That's
no
what
version-
I'm addressing.
There is no version of my English. I am questions upon
Whatever you're calling standard English, and whatever that you're referencing all these other versions of English and saying they're substandard forms of that.
Okay, wait, Jeff, let me ask you a question.
Whatever that version of English, this Platonic version of English that you have in your head, that everybody is not speaking as well as some other people are.
Okay, Jeff, do you really
That's pure snobbery.
Jeff, do you really believe?
If you're talking about written language, that's a different conversation. If you're talking about APA or MLA standards, that's a different conversation. There are contexts for those type of standards. We're talking ordinary conversational English. There are many different varieties, and none of them are less standard or English than other varieties.
Jeff, do you really believe that all Black people speak Ebonics?
That's not the conversation.
No,
the
no,
conversation is
that
about
is
the ones who do being perceived as speaking substandard English.
Who are these people?
Try to stay on the conversation.
No,
you're intelligent enough to track the conversation and stay on one thread.
Who are these Black people that speak Ebonics? Who are they? Like,
there's plenty of them. I grew up with them. I was raised by them. They're all over the place. I have plenty of friends that are.
You have friends.
Maybe you just haven't spent a lot of time around Black people. You can watch Black TV shows and Black movies and hear it.
Okay, wait. Okay, first, if I may, not to change the subject, but Jeff, I am Black. Number one, I'm Black.
Well, that doesn't even change the topic.
It doesn't change the topic. So, and number two, I'm asking you, who are these Black people that speak Ebonics? Who are they? Where do they come from? Where do they live? Like, who are these people?
They're everywhere. They're all over the United States.
Okay, Jeff, that's a very
lower class, I think.
That's very because somebody.
I don't know what any of this has to do with the subject. None of these questions you're asking are adding to understanding the topic.
You said AAVE, and then we all know that's Ebonics, and who are these?
And people? Kane, we're not talking about that's the issue. The confusion is we're not talking about written English. We're not talking about what they teach in school. I'm not saying Black people should have a separate English they learn in school. She specifically said the language they speak is a bastardized version of real English. That is what I've been consistently reacting to since it came out of her mouth. So I don't want my viewers to mistake what my actual target is. That is the issue for me. Is her presenting their language as less than her language.
Can you highlight? Thank you, Kane's comment. You exactly stated who speaks this English. That's it right there. YN. That's who speaks it. And you know full well, Kane. You know full well Jeff is not around YNs. He's not.
I'm not what?
I'm not. And Kane, don't tell him who YNs are. Don't tell him. But you know, Kane.
Oh yeah, I don't know what a YN is.
Exactly. YNs speak Ebonics. Yes. YNs.
To me, you just seem like a snob that don't like.
No, YNs are the ones who speak Ebonics. Let's be straightforward.
You want everybody to speak a certain type of English that I don't even speak. I myself would not even be able to meet your standard of English.
Okay, that's not true. Who are these people who speak this AAVE, which is Ebonics? Who are these people who speak it? I'm asking you. I've already explained
that several
right, because you don't know who it is. Kane, you know who it is. You put in the chat. It is YNs who speak. I can
very easily identify somebody speaking this language. If you give me a sample of people speaking, I can point out which ones are speaking that language.
Who speak this language? We're not. It's not.
What do you want as an answer? Who you want names of people? I've given you the answer five fucking times. Try to listen.
You haven't given the answer. You haven't given the answer.
Yes, I have. I haven't given an answer that meets your satisfaction.
No,
I've given
my
the answer.
satisfaction.
There are Black people all across the country that speak their own version of English that is not the version you speak. Those people, they're everywhere.
It's Kane.
You could probably go to your grocery store today and find people talking non-standard African American English that's not your version of English.
Jeff, can I please ask you a question? Please, okay. Do you mind having this conversation on Chaotic Truth's channel? And I'm being very serious. Do you mind?
No, if he wants, I'll have it if he wants me.
Oh my gosh, this would be
that's a perfect example. Go to Chaotic Truths. You're gonna find a ton of the people you're asking me. Who are those people? They're on Chaotic Truths channel.
There. Well, yeah, the YNs are definitely there. But this will be fantastic. No, and Jeff,
I have my suspicions.
Kane, you know who it is, Kane. They be in the hood. Kane, first off, you're correct. It's YNs. It is YNs.
I am
No,
getting such a
Kane, why
strong
are you laughing?
anti-black
It would be.
prejudice from.
I'm not okay, Kane. I don't know if you know who Chaotic Truth is, but I'm going to bring this to him. And I despise Chaotic Truth. I hate him. I do. Well, I don't hate him. That's a strong word. I greatly, greatly dislike
I
him.
can see him agreeing with you, actually.
He probably would. But but this is fantastic. Just this is so tight. And actually,
I'm gonna need the AI for this because it's not even
it
coming
would-
up in a Google
he
search.
it's the AI doesn't even know who YNs are. Okay. YNs. Oh my God, where's John Galt? Oh my God, John Galt. That's what John Galt. John. Okay. Okay, Gen X. Jeff, you're cool. I know you're a little pissed off at me right now. I know you are.
No, just
I know you know
just
him.
your snobbery. That's
Okay, no,
I would
it's
be I would be irritated by that from anybody. It just happens to be
I
you
am.
displaying it today.
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
and I am
okay, now I
not
know what it
every-
means. That's exactly what I thought it meant.
That's who speaks it. But Kane's comedy, hang tight.
So
Sean,
do
hang tight.
old black ladies speak
Oh.
it too. There's a whole range of black people
Oh
that
my
speak it, not
God,
just
we
young
need
black men.
Brave, Mr. B. Jesus, we need Brave. Oh, we need Brave. Brave and Gen X, Jeff. That would be one for the ages. No, we need a panel. Everyone in this live chat.
Get it?
We need
Tell them to
Galt.
come over here.
We need no. We're gonna.
I don't
no,
like
no,
going to
no.
other people's panels.
No, that's
'cause
okay.
I never
No,
know their
You can.
rules.
No, exactly. Which I understand, and I don't want to. And Jeff, you're cool. Jeff, you're cool. I know you think I'm a snob, which I am. Not. Oh Lord, JP, Kate's comedy. You know who to bring in on this. Oh, y'all think okay. You are.
We
thinking
should
about
get a
this.
panel
Not
together
JP
then.
versus Jeff. Watch JP agree with Jeff. And JP
Are these
is
all
that-
from Chaotic Truth, or do they have their
These
own
are the
channels?
all stars. This is going to be so fantastic. Look at Case. Look, he even knows what's up. So JP Brave, John Galt, CT, and me in the back rubbing my hands like Birdman. Oh my God. Rubbing my
So
hands.
what's going to be the
Birdman.
actual debate? What is the topic? Let's narrow it down to the specific
I'm going
thesis.
to give. Yes, you got it, Jeff. I'm going to go ahead and give them some background in regards to our conversation. And then I'm going to say that you call me a snob, which is cool. Understand that you called me a snob, and that I 100% believe what you just said, that it is a bastardized form of English, Ebonics, or as you said, the government name for Ebonics, which is AAVE. It is a bastardized form of English, and to even teach this to Black people is another example of low expectations.
They learn it when they're growing up. No one's teaches it. Do they learn it the same way any child learns the language around them?
I understand. But Jeff, again, super cool. I'm a snob. I am. And some of you already know who I am. And you know I am a snob. I'm questions to ponder. I am a snob. They don't even like
well,
me.
at least you're owning it. That clears that up.
I am. But see, Jeff, you say I'm a snob. Like those, a lot of like.
Yeah, that can be subjective. If the truth snobbery, if you know the truth, do the people who don't believe in you think you're a
Well,
snob?
the problem is with stuff like this, there's no objective about it. It's like
Kane's comedy
negotiated
hang tight.
between
You are so
humans.
funny.
Science can't tell us what language is.
Thank you,
standard
Kane's
and
comedy,
not
and
bad.
that's my thesis. Low expectations, so they get left behind. Thank you, King's Comedy, and that's my number one concern. I do not want Black people left behind. It is a big concern for
So
me.
you want them to we in my world we know there's code
Black
switching.
people
You want
to
them
be-
to be able to code switch
they
to
get
a
to code.
white,
Oh,
more
well,
white language so that they can move up
well,
the ladder.
I mean, I change a little bit when I'm around more Black people. I guess
Let's
around.
let's hear your
I'm not-
black.
but
Let's hear your
Ebonics,
best black
I don't have a
accent.
Black people know I don't have a Black son.
Come
Like,
on,
they know
girl.
that.
Come on, sister girl.
Wait.
You know you could do it. Give us your best.
No,
but
I
come
don't
on,
do
get down
sister
with,
girl. I don't
get down
do-
with the brothers.
No, I don't. Oh my God. King's Comedy, that was hilarious from Jeff right now. That was hilarious. And we're so playing that on CT's channel. Oh my goodness. But I don't have a Black son. And the chaotic people, they know I don't have a Black son. They know, like they have said that when I've gotten pissed off that I sound ghetto, but they're like, Ponder is not ghetto. They know, most of them know.
I didn't detect it at all. So you,
Of course
you
not, 'cause
very,
that's not
very
me.
good job on your end if you're trying.
Because it's not me. And Jeff, like I told you, and those chaotic people know my background. I went to an all-girls Catholic school. I mean, come on. I went to an all-girls Catholic school. Like that, it's just, that's not my character. Like everyone knows I'm a Black woman. And to be honest with you, Jeff, I find it very offensive when I say things to I'll say something and oh, you're not Black. Oh, you're not Black. You're white. You're acting white. I find that very offensive. Like, I know you're not saying that. I know you're not. But people will do that to shut down the article, like shut me down, that I'm not playing to the stereotype because there's certain behavior I do not want from Black people. And they'll say, "Oh, you don't even know she's Black. She's not even Black." Like I don't show my picture, but because you don't agree with me, you're going to then say I'm white or I'm trying to be a white girl, trying to be a white woman. Like, please stop. Because it's offensive and it's very racist. That the only way for a Black person, like, oh no, I cannot be Black, I'm white because I'm making a cogent argument. I'm not Black, I'm white because I speak proper English. No. That the understanding is only Black people speak the quote unquote Ebonics. And then, of course, it would be a white woman who would speak proper English, enunciate her words. Like they call me AI, which I find endearing.
That just sounds a little AI.
It does sound incredibly AI. Generation X, Jeff. I have questions to ponder. Do I
You sound like a voice, like when you call customer service, the little voice, AI
which
voice.
is, and that which actually is a preferred voice, but I digress. But everyone hang tight. Let me find I know, Brother X, let's hear it again. You need to stop that. Don't worry about it. You all are fools. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so funny. Everyone hang tight. King's Comedy. Stop laughing. That was funny. Okay, all of you, do you remember where let's see if we can find that timestamp. Actually, Jeff, you're gonna have to do your Black scent with them. You have to do your Black scent with them. You have to.
The what?
Your Black scent, your Black folk voice.
Oh, my Black scent. It's usually just comes out now. In fact, when I was teaching school, my kids told me, they said, Mr. Jeff, you the blackest white person we know. They said, you tight. And I said, oh my God, that's the best compliments anyone could have given me. I was so proud.
Do you mind if I
because a lot of them were Black and Hispanic, and they said I was the blackest white person they'd ever met.
Oh, well, that's sweet. That's cool that you're able to connect with them. I mean that, not trying to be. Do you mind if I drop the link in your back chat and you join Chaos? Because he's live right now.
Oh Lord, right now?
It will, yeah, like he'll be fine. JP is on the panel. All of you, JP's on the panel right now too. JP, you heard me. If you don't mind joining, and
I'd have to wrap this one up and then.
No, you don't. Just hit stream this. No. You click CT's link, and then you click. You see where it says stream this to your audience. You see that?
Because wouldn't it kick me out of this one?
It's not going to kick you out. No, not at all. You see on your top right hand corner, it says stream this to your audience. Once you enter Chaotic's StreamYard, you then can click that link on the top right-hand corner, and it will stream your live into Chaotic Stream Live. You don't have to kick off anything. You can stay right where you are on your stream.
So you're saying click the link you just posted that says StreamYard.
Click. This is CT's link.
Let me see what happens.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same too. It's probably going to take me over there to him. And then
I'm not ready to go in quite yet, though. So I'm going to and actually I need to get another cup and take a little restroom break. So why don't we do an intermission real quick? I'll compose myself.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
And,
it shouldn't end the stream. But all of you, I'm going to be in chaos.
I'm worried it will, Kane, because I thought you could only have one StreamYard at a time.
No, not at all. Look at the top right hand corner.
All right, I'll be back. Y'all keep talking.
Okay, everyone. Do you want me to? Let me put Chaotic's link in the chat. If any of you want to give an introduction to CT, that would be very helpful because I despise CT and I told him I would never join his panel again. But this is just too good. This is just too good. Oh my God, this is going to be fantastic. Where is John Gall?
Well, Gen X Jeff would disagree with a lot of what he says, I think, but
it would be great. Kane's Comedy. Do you understand how legendary this is going to be? The best. And once Jeff gets
hang on, Kane, people make fun of the way you talk too. You know that.
Kane, let me get all of you. Oh my gosh, let me
here. I want to show you this book. It's called Good God, But You Smart. Language, Prejudice, and Upwardly Mobile Cajuns. It's a study of linguistic prejudice, and that's what I was reacting to. The idea that if you don't speak a certain type of English, that you're less you're speaking English less well, and it gets held against you.
Hey, do you all hear me? Do you want me to put CT in the CT's live in your in the chat?
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. In fact, let me. I also have a new that I gotta play that moose video too. Let me pull him up on my end and see what's going on.
Yeah, you got to record this.
Chaotic Truth Live.
Yeah, Jeff, you have to record this. Kane's Comedy, you are a messy boots, but you
Is
are
JP J Prince
J
for
Prince?
president?
Yes, it is.
All right. I'm gonna go grab my coffee. I'll be right back.
Kane's Comedy, dude said, did JP really say that? That Ebonics came from pigeons the other day? Yeah, they're talking about Fauci and Kamala, but Kane, you know this is gold. Kane, you know full damn well this is going to be gold. This is going to be good. Oh my God, this is YouTube, baby. Everyone, hang tight. Let me go get some. I will also get some. With some other guy. It's about to get real ignorant right now, CT, and he's going to love it.
It's gonna get triggering.
Imagine if that idiot Art came on the panel. That would be even better. That's going to be even better. Everyone, hang tight. If Jeff comes back, tell him I'm going to just step away for like a minute, and I'll be right back. King's Comedy. What's up? No doubt. What's up? Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so good. Everyone, happy Friday from Questions to Ponder.
Let's have a good fight, guys. A good debate. A good intellectual debate. And that's it. All right, I'm out.
Oh, you're not coming on CTs, Sean? Hey, are you
I'm
gonna
too
be
scared,
on
man.
it too, Ponder?
Too scared, man.
You're
I'm
scared?
impressed that I go on these live chats all the time, but I have to stop, embarrass myself.
God, I haven't
sometimes.
been on somebody else's panel in ever. I don't know how long I'll last.
All right, bye.
She's going to become a human rights lawyer, where she will then be defending all of these illegal immigrants.
They're talking about illegal immigration right now. You know what I think? I'd rather just schedule it as a panel with specific guests than go crash their current conversation.
No, you'll be fine.
I think that would be a better way to do it.
No. You'll be fine. It's Friday. Don't worry about it. He's spoken it. No, don't worry about it. It's you have to catch the right people. Who he has, Hafez and JP are perfect. And it's Friday. CT will be fine. Don't worry about it. CT is greedy bastard. He
Are
cares
you
about
going on too?
Of course I'm going to be there. Of course. But
right.
just give me a second. I'll be right back, okay? Trust. I so want this to happen. It's going to be so awesome. I don't want to interrupt you and CT's panel. If you want me to, I can do a quick introduction as to why I think this will be a great panel. If you want me to,
like to set it up or transition to it.
Absolutely.
I think would be better.
You got it, Gen X. You got it, Jeff. And then of course you can go right into there with JP and Hafez is there. Kane, Hafez is there too. So it's gonna be a good discussion. Don't worry about that. They're discussing Fauci. CT doesn't care. CT just trust and believe. He wants this. I'll be right back. Give me 1 minute.
Okay. All right. I'll hang out here. Yeah, y'all know me. I hate language police. I hate language snobs. I hate anybody that doesn't let people be themselves. And I think Black people talking ordinary conversational English, which they've been doing ever since they were young and they grow up with, is them being themselves. Besides, my people have dealt with this too. They used to beat. My grandfather was the generation that used to beat them at school if they tried to speak French. They would whip them and make them kneel out in the dirt, all kind of stuff. To the point where none of the French speakers were passing French on to their kids. They were trying to get them to assimilate to Anglo-Saxon culture. So this is a very hot, sensitive topic with me. Not to mention on a personal level, I was in speech therapy as a kid, and I still to this day have trouble talking, and people make all kind of comments about the way I speak and my voice, and so people that set up a standard that other people have to meet before they get taken seriously is a real issue for me.
Let me try to get
Beak.
into
Oh, go
CT.
ahead. Sorry.
Let me try to get into CT StreamYard. I don't know if it's going to throw me out, but give me a second.
They're
Give me
watching
one
Kamala. Ugh.
second.
Well, but
Yes.
she speaks nice English
Well,
for
yes, of course she does.
a
I mean, her
half
parents are
black lady.
educated. Her parents are educated.
She should be part of this conversation. And if he doesn't want it to, if we do it today for some reason, I'm okay with setting it up for the future. I'll show up. R's and S's. Hey, Beak, did you go on CT? What's your take? What's your read? I don't know. Ponder's going to go check it out. I mean, I pretty much said my piece. I would just be reinforcing what I've already said, which is I don't like language snobs or language police or any kind of other control freaks. I'm also looking at this article she sent me about this student who's suing Hartford Public Schools because she graduated without being able to read. I haven't gone and read the details of it, but just on the surface of it, I'm kind of on her side because I don't think schools should pass people that can't meet the basic literacy and math requirements. So they're ultimately doing them a disservice by certifying that they can or that they've met certain standards that they haven't. Oh, I doubt that. I've seen way worse cataclysms than this. All right, I'm keeping an eye out on CT's panel too. Okay, Ponder's on. Let's see. They're just watching Kamala. They're not even talking. And Kamala brings a whole other issue up, which is even though she may speak standard English or perfect English or proper English, let's say, her voice for me creates an additional bit. So it's not even just the syntax and the grammar and the enunciation. It's vocal. There's vocal qualities too that can interfere with how, if a language is received as proper or not, or pleasant to the ear. I don't know who Shaquana is. Did you mean just Ebonic, what people are calling Ebonics? Okay. I'm have one eye on CT's panel so I can kind of keep up with what's going on. Ponder's on there now. I would share it, but I don't have his permission. He's talking about uppity black people. You admitted to being a snob. Hang on. Not only did I call you a snob, you owned it several times. And I'm a snob too in some ways, just not the way people express themselves. Cotton picking. Hey, hang on, she's kind of introducing the issue, I think, and framing it. But oh no, she's talking about Kamala. Okay, well, she's talking about Kamala now. I don't have anything to say about Kamala other than I did not vote for her. I was not impressed with her interviewing skills or her debate skills or any of the answers, non-answers that she didn't give to any of the questions she was asked. Now they're talking about Cardi B. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to happen today. You know what I'm going to do in the meantime while we sort this out, if it even happens? I'm going to play Moose's video. We'll do a little intermission, and then I'll come back. All right. This is the latest from Moose. It is called The Only Way Out is Down. Oh, hang on. We got somebody. What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What we discussing? Ebonics?
We were earlier. What's your take on Ebonics? Is it substandard bastardized English? Or a legitimate form of self-expression?
It's a legitimate form of self-expression. How about that?
That's how I see it. But we got some snobs that think it's lesser English.
I mean, it's not official English. I mean, is the Cajun language a lesser form of English or French or Spanish?
I don't think so. Not to me. Not
Right.
to me. I grew up speaking Cajun English.
There you go.
But what I forgot what I was going to ask. Part of the issue though is should it be taught in schools?
No.
The whole conversation started because
it should be taught at home.
It is taught at home.
Right.
Like that's how they learn it.
That's like other
That's how I
culture is
learned
taught at
the
home.
English I speak.
Like cooking food, certain dishes, it's passed down through generation. Imagine the grandmother teaching the grandchild how to make this dish that she ate as a youngster, right? And then she was passed down to her through her grandmother or mother, right? So it's like a generational thing. It's culture. So just like those dishes or food is passed down, so is language.
That's why I call it snobbery, because I think it is culture, and some people don't see it as culture. They see it as a lesser version of their culture, their English. So, or even if they see it as culture, it's a lesser culture. There's a value judgment in it that implies that their culture is superior, and these people have an inferior version of their culture.
This is different. That's the way I look at it. It doesn't have to be, superior. It's just a subset or a branch of a language. Doesn't mean it's any lesser.
Yeah, like a variation.
It's just a branch.
Just another variety
just
of
a version.
English. That's my position on it too. And the fight started when the other person's position was no, it's not that. It's an inferior version of English, not just a different
That's
version.
because they don't speak it. They want to feel better about themselves.
I don't know. You can ask her. It's this person right here.
Uh-oh. What's up?
What's the
crack-a-lacking? You're muted.
And she's on Chaotic Truths trying to.
I know.
I was going to maybe go over there and have that conversation.
Why? So you had to be subjected to his incessant amount of commercials he has running on his platform.
Oh, I don't know. I don't even. I don't
Oh,
watch
I
it.
can tell you, he has a lot of ads. And he likes it when people are cammed up. And he wears makeup. He
Oh
wears
no.
foundation.
CT wears makeup.
Yeah.
Oh, is that bad? Is that different, or is
Is
it
that
just,
something
or
that
is it
came through his culture?
substandard?
I don't know.
The gay culture. The only black people I know that wear makeup are gay men. I didn't know it was a straight black thing.
I didn't know either.
Ponder, what's the update?
Oh yeah, you can join the link if you want.
Oh, hang on, I closed him out. Because I was watching it and y'all were on there, but y'all were talking about Kamala and then Cardi
yeah,
B.
he changed the subject to this rapper, and you can definitely join because we can that can segue to this conversation. There's a rapper, this female, she's ghetto as all hell, and she's
Is it Lena?
No, Lena's wonderful, not her. No, there's a rapper. Her name
Are
is.
you an ambassador for CT?
Oh God, no! I despise CT.
No, she hates CT.
I do.
She was trying to get me to go up there and
viewers
fight.
that Gen X Jet has right now. We're trying to poach his 7 viewers.
Not fight. I just believe this is a very good conversation, especially coming from someone like you, who also you're American. You have a background in teaching. You're from Louisiana, and you called me a snob. And
well, you owned it though. I didn't call you something you didn't admit to.
Well, you first placed
that
the accusation on you. You placed the accusation on me. You said, well, I mean, you said
this
it.
Is the internet. Deal with it, man.
Okay. So anyway,
but I did call her a snob, but she also admitted to being a snob. So
you said it.
I didn't get it wrong.
So
but now she's trying to she's like, oh my God, he called me a snob, even though she
put it on me that I called her something that she perfectly admits to be.
Well, I'm not going to argue nor debate about it.
All right, let's not argue or debate it.
Are you done, STO? Did you get your thoughts out? Are you done?
Possibly. Let's continue on, shall we?
Good, very good. So what I'm saying is that this would be a great conversation for the people that are currently on Chaotic Truth's panel. The Hafez guy, who's a really smart guy. JP, which would be just like Kane's comedy said in the chat, that would be awesome. It would be awesome. Oh my goodness. And
well, Kane, do you think it would be awesome?
Definitely, you should go up. That would be
look at that standard English. He white talking English.
God,
do you think his language is bastardized version of your whatever the standard English is?
Well, hold up. That's just my accent. That's not the way I'm speaking. That's not the word choices that I'm using.
Oh,
that's totally different. That's two
You're
separate
speaking
things.
standard English just with an accent.
Yes.
I mean, your accent's your accent. You can't really.
Correct.
I agree. And I feel that way about your idiolect as well.
That correct.
Well, you
Mark
choose
Twain
what
had
word.
a southern accent. Mark Twain had a southern accent, but that man could write beautiful English.
Bill Clinton had a southern accent, and they elected him president. So did Jimmy
What
Carter.
about a New York accent?
Well,
right. Is that bastardized?
No, a New Yorker. Well, there's a
different
guy.
Accents.
There's a guy who comes from that chaotic universe, and he is he's from New York. He says like, yeah, I come from the hood, but he went to like one of the best public schools in New York City, Stuyvesant, which is an excellent school. He went from Stuyvesant and from there he was able to work directly at the NYSC as a yellow jacket. So he was working on the trader's floor, and he has that professional New York accent. Like he can work anywhere in the country. Like there's an accent to it. But then there's also this other troglodyte, who's familiar with CT. She's a Boricua. She's ghetto as all hell. And she has she does not even speak English. It's just that ghetto. It's very similar to that Ebonics. Like
ghetto is English.
It is ghetto.
You pass a lot of value judgments.
She doesn't speak English.
Oh Lord, not
ghetto.
this one. So did someone send you here? You come here. Are you all familiar?
Yo, STL, salute.
No, Nunzio.
Yo, what's up? Salute.
Ponder, what's up? How you doing?
Oh, Nunzio, I'm in the I've been apparently I'm on a villain season. I don't know, but I've had
You're passing
actually
value
Villain arc.
judgments.
What's
on
up, Kate?
Ebonics.
How you doing, bro? Good to see you. Salute.
What's up? What's up?
Chilling,
How's
bro.
it going?
Just
So,
What
relax.
up?
Are you all going to tell Nunzio what the conversation is? I'm saying, Nunzio, that this conversation that has been had, Gen X Jeff, he's been tough on me. Let's say that. Gen X Jeff has been tough on me because he made a comment that they are looking to introduce, AAVE, which is the government name for Ebonics, into the California
Wow.
school system.
That's
To actually,
ridiculous.
Hold up.
actually teach
AAVE. What does that stand for
That's
exactly?
crazy.
African American Vernacular English is the
Like,
Oh,
no,
that's
think
formal
about
name
it.
for
crazy, bro.
Ebonics.
That's the
or
government
ghetto, as
name,
she said.
or as you all would know, the Christian name. That's the government name, or as you all would say, the Christian name. But we
It's-
all know it's
the standard
Ebonics.
name.
It's crazy how they're so good at getting you to advocate for the things that bring you and your people down.
You think, Kane?
They're
You're
fucking
kidding.
brilliant when it comes to that
No
shit.
effing way, Kane.
They give it great names and make it sound like it's the
It make it
best
sound
thing
so
for you.
professional and like,
Like, how
ooh,
could you be against this
and
thing?
legitimize it. It's like a way to legitimize like a bastard. We'll call you.
But it quickly moved. The conversation didn't stay on there for 2 seconds. It quickly moved to how Ebonics is a bastardized, substandard
is.
version of real English.
Yes, it
That's where the fight started.
That's
All right,
exactly what I said. Correct. Yes.
If you grow up and that's all you speak, that's all you read and write, do you think you can look at the Constitution and decipher it, understand the concepts, and what they're talking about for society?
Thank you, Kane. And
Well,
Kane,
I don't know why you wouldn't, but that wasn't even close to the conversation.
It's not.
Because you don't know the words.
They cannot. And Kane, if I may say something to add to what you just said right now, sir, I may add to something.
Mhm.
There is a dialect, and it's not even Ebonics, but there is a dialect from a group of African Americans in like the North Carolina, Georgia area called the Gullah Geechee. They're
I know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Gullah Geechee. So they speak like a mix of like West African and English, like a Creole West African English. That is actually where Clarence Thomas is from. Clarence Thomas did not even speak like as you and I, all of us on the panel, we know as English, standardized English, until he attended Catholic school. So Clarence Thomas grew up very similar to like myself and even like my dad. My dad also came through Catholic school from like beginning to end, pre-K all the way to high school. So he learned English attending Catholic school, and look where we have now. Look what happened to him now.
I mean, do we think Clarence Thomas would have achieved the things that he achieved in life if he had never learned to speak, if he had never learned to evolve his regional dialect?
Honestly, he probably either would have been a sharecropper or maybe even in jail. Prison jail.
But that's a different. That's not what the
That's to assume
conversation
everyone
was.
that's Gullah Geechee is going to end up a sharecropper or in jail. Then
You
right?
clearly are not familiar with that area.
That's what the conversation boils down to me.
No, it was about whether these were bastardized versions of real English or they were legitimate varieties of English of their own. It wasn't about the
don't be coming at me
success of any
sideways.
particular
What if Clarence Thomas
they're
grew up speaking
bastardized?
Ebonics
They're bastardized off of
instead?
Southern drawl.
I don't think they are.
Is what they're bastardized off
You
of.
can,
That's
you
the
know,
disagreement.
You can't see
You
the
and her are
similarities
language
between.
snobs, and I'm not.
Kane, Kane, I actually had a when I was in high school.
Coming at me,
I had a
Gullah Geechee.
teacher.
I'm in Charleston. God damn it!
I had a teacher. She also Southern woman.
Somebody.
She's also a Southern woman. She taught 3 languages: English, French, and Latin. And she was from Mississippi. And she even mentioned that throughout her academic career, people would look down upon her, quote unquote, because she did come with that Southern accent. And this woman, again, is teaching English, Latin, and French, 3 languages. Incredible. Very incredible, beautiful woman, amazing.
Looking down on someone for the way they speak is a very real thing.
But she, again, she's teaching English standard. I mean, this woman I learned how to properly write from her. This is a woman, Southern accent. And the Southern accent is charming. It doesn't mean that you lack education. It just it's a regional charm. It is. And it actually bodes very well internationally. People like the charming Southern accent. But you have to learn English. But she still learned English, Kane. She's an English teacher at a Catholic high school. And then she eventually also taught at community college. Like, this is a credentialed English speaker, French speaker, and Latin. That's not easy. This is an educated woman.
English is the only language I speak fluently, and when I'm talking with black people, I can understand them perfectly. So they have to be speaking some kind of English for me to be able to understand them.
Then why do we need Ebonics for black folk then?
But yeah, but look, at the end of the day, it's not Ebonics is not a language. It grew up like if you grew up in the neighborhood, like you know what I'm saying. Like it's something that you adapted to, like you just understood. It's like
It's a form of English. It's a variety of English.
So why are they trying to teach it then? What exactly are they teaching?
I don't think they should teach that shit in school.
They're not trying to teach it. There's some activists that are pushing to have it taught. That's as far as I got with the.
I think they're a bunch of fucking morons.
I think it also may be a way to garner funds for black students in California. Go ahead.
That's more what it is.
Doubt.
They want
Yeah.
down.
Say that
What
it's
all
a,
these things are.
yeah. Say
But
that
you
it's
know
a
they have
language.
effects though.
Almost like
And
it's
I used to teach
ESL.
black people, and every one of them could write the English that I was teaching and speak English.
Yo, I
Like,
just
the
thought it
Ebonics
come
didn't
on,
interfere with their ability
I don't
to
know.
learn.
The fuck?
I was about to say something funny, but yeah, that's cool.
Go ahead.
I don't want to. I'm not trying to troll. I'm trying to have a
I
conversation.
picked up on that too.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, you did. Salute. But honestly, so my point of view is like that I'm trying to get across is like it doesn't make sense for a person to teach Ebonics in school, like Latin, Chinese, like those are the languages that should be taught in school because you're gonna use those more, like Spanish, right? There's a bunch of Spanish people in America, so like you'll have other.
There's a lot of black people here. But Ebonics is not a written language.
They understand
like, much
English,
like
though.
Cajun, they're not written languages, so it's harder to teach a language that's just oral. Like
That's
written
like
languages would have
teaching
much more
Alsumerian.
value.
That's
Hey,
like
listen,
education.
Alsumerian.
Gen X Jeff, if you were a expert in the Ebonics language, and I think if
JP,
you went somewhere
Kane,
and spoke
JP is the
Ebonics,
expert
they're
in
not gonna
Ebonics.
they're gonna look at you like you're
Yeah, I was
crazy.
just
They're
listening
gonna
to
look
him.
at you
He's
silly.
on one right now.
They're gonna look at you
Where's
like you're
J?
silly.
We need to get JP over here.
Wait,
No,
say that
let's-
again. If I'm an expert, what in Ebonics?
Send him
An
a link.
expert in Ebonics, and you walked around speaking fluently in Ebonics, people are gonna think you're an idiot.
Because I'm white? Or do you?
I
Are
think
you
that's
saying
gonna-
they
I
think
think
black
that's gonna
people
have a
that
lot
talk
to
that
do
way
with it.
do?
Yeah, they're gonna think you're fake.
Oh, my kids didn't. They loved me. They complimented me on it. They said I was tight. It made them connect with me better than the ordinary
Sentence
white
about
teachers.
you. Right? They're gonna think you're
So
this
it had the
dude
opposite
who's
effect,
fake.
at least with the populations I was working with.
Mhm.
Ponder, do you have two? Oh, never mind. There was another Ponder trying to come in.
Oh no,
Ooh, I
sorry
love
about that.
line. Wow.
You see that?
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Your art's really coming a long way.
Thank you. Yeah, I also got a big job too to do as well. I'm also getting paid for this shit too. So
That's what's up.
yeah.
Oh, so you doing this as a hustle now?
Now I'm doing this as a hustle. Yep.
No,
Wow,
look at that
that's
Ebonics
impressive.
right there.
Yeah, that's Ebonics right there. Good shit, bro.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, was that Ebonics? See, I didn't even know.
See, you didn't even know it. It just rolls right off the tongue.
Mhm.
You're
People
natural.
don't believe me that I grew up black. I was raised by black.
I believe
women.
it.
Okay,
Went to black churches.
What do y'all think of this
See?
right here?
That's the burning.
Is that
of-
Rome?
That's Rome. Burning
Yeah,
of
this
Rome.
is hilarious over at CT's right now.
Let me
Is
pull
it
This
really?
is
this up.
Basil right here.
Are you going up? Are you going up, Jeff?
Not if they're out talking about Cardi B and Kamala and all that.
No, but you will be there. You'll change.
No, they're
it.
not. They're
They're
not.
not.
But
BT.
it's fluid.
You know what I am willing to do? I'm willing to have the conversation. If they set it up ahead of time, pick the right panelists for it. We do it as a
But that-
real debate.
But that
a real
doesn't
topic.
happen over there. Either it happens like
Well,
this.
it can happen. It can happen here if they want it. Then, but I'm not gonna just go drop in.
I mean, you got like 200 people.
Anybody
watching.
wants to learn Ebonics, right? I got a good song for you, right? It's by Big L and it's named Ebonics, right? That'll
there you
give
go.
you the whole dictionary right there. It'll give you the whole definition of
Do you want to
I'm
just?
looking it up
I put his link in your chat though.
Oh, wow.
He's kind of talking about it. JP's over there saying that white people, they know how to rule everybody through their education, through their edumacation. And that's how they maintain their supremacy.
We was
Oh,
kings.
no.
He was Kings, right?
Do you want to hit the link and join the panel? Like he will promote you. Chaotic will definitely promote your channel, which would be really cool. And then it's a good conversation for you to be involved with, because you come from education and you are you're a white dude. So they
and
are.
plus he speaks Ebonics.
And Jen,
he'll be rolling out the red carpet, Jeff.
I think
he will. Just click the link and everyone's.
Well, I'm not going to do it today. Not right now.
Why not?
I have
You have to seize the day.
Because I'm enjoying this. I'm liking this conversation.
I'm having a good time here. Why you come on?
Okay.
Do you want to just do like a few minutes and then we can? Because I don't want to say over there. I mean, this is really cool.
No, because I'm not sure that it's not going to end this one.
Yeah.
We used to go when I was first started the channel. Me and my co-host went over to CT's one night, and that racist that wears the mask was there, and he got in a big fight with him, and he started hanging out on CT's a lot.
CT looks like a black Bart Simpson.
Yo,
you mean Eric? You mean Eric that wears the mask?
I don't know. He wears like
uh,
a little Lone Ranger mask. He's an old guy. He's a racist.
Oh,
like an out and proud racist.
He puts on
what's his name
before he comes on panel.
He's talking about with the big white beard. He's got the guns behind him. What's his name?
Probably.
Yeah, they both fucking shut me down when I said that. Thank you, guys. Anyway.
I mean, oh well.
CT
I don't think
wears makeup.
Knows who he is. I just can't think of
Or
his
he
name.
cams up.
My position is that Ebonics or
brave,
whatever you want to call it is as valid
skin.
a form of expression and English as any other form of English.
But why teach it? Okay, but why teach it?
I'm not saying whether it should be taught or not. That wasn't the topic. You were calling it bastardized and substandard, and that's what I was defending. Its status as a language.
Okay, if there was like a panel of world leaders taking place, and do you think you could just walk in and be on equal
world
footing
leaders
as
have all
everybody
kind of
else?
accents. Have you heard people from Nigeria?
We're not talking about an accent.
Have you heard any world leaders speak Ebonics?
Asia and India, they all have accents. Like
we're not talking about accents.
We're
not talking about an accent. We're talking about your word choices. If you say that do be it, that is not the same as saying that is it. You see the difference? It don't matter what your accent is when you say it.
To language snobs, yeah, but if they're able to get their point across, it doesn't matter how they say it.
That's
people talk in all kind of different ways.
Exactly.
People should be allowed to communicate in the way that comes most natural to them is going to be most effective for what they're trying to say. Without having to jump through all these linguistic hoops that are arbitrarily set
That's
up.
not answering the question I asked. Do you think they're going to be on? Do you think they're going to be on the same footing as everybody else?
I don't know how to answer that because I don't know who's involved.
Yes, you do know how to answer that. You're just
don't think it's going to be a barrier at all with
Jeff.
other people. Like some of the people on this panel, it probably
least common denominator.
I think it's going to come down to the individual circumstances, like so much else.
I think
you know the answer, Gen X. You're lying to yourself at this point.
Okay, well, let me ask you this: if they're using
if I was on the panel and they were talking to me, I probably wouldn't even notice. I'd just be having a conversation. I can adjust. I can code switch to that easily.
All right. Well, let me ask you this then: do you think the other people at the meeting, the world leaders, do you think they'll be able to understand what you're trying to tell them?
I don't know. I don't know who these people are. If they're from other countries, they probably have experience listening to different types of language.
You want to be an effective communicator, yeah? So you want to use the language that most people can understand without having to go through different translators.
Perhaps, but again, that
no, it is. It's been proven throughout history. Look at Montezuma and Cortez when they met each other, right? It ended in a disaster because of language.
This is a better question, Beak.
Montezuma.
Oh.
No, I don't think they would, Beak. I think they would be proud of that. Be like, damn right.
The topic was linguistic prejudice, and this was a perfect instance of it, of seeing the language as a lesser form of
it's all broken language. So it's a broken English. That's what it is.
There's a book
that carries value.
By Malcolm Gladwell that discusses this topic. It's called "Talking to Strangers," written by Malcolm Gladwell.
Good
do
for
you. Think having?
Thank you for bringing up Gladwell. That's great. Thank you for doing that.
Do you think having a national standard is snobbish?
We
No.
don't currently have even a national language, much less a standardized version of that language.
Do you think having a national standard?
No, in a
is
country like
snobbish?
the United States, no. With so many different varieties of language and expression, no. And
So
individuality.
it's not snobbish to have a standard. Is that what you're saying?
No, it is. It is snobbish.
So to have
Why?
like a
I don't think we should
national
have a standard.
We do have a standard. We have a standard of temperature. We have a standard of measurement. Why shouldn't we have a standard language?
Oh, well, here we go.
The reasons I just said, the amount of
Yeah, I
diversity.
think it's
Hey,
better
what
that
about-
we teach everybody.
We're not a monoculture.
Well, I think it's better that we teach everybody different languages, honestly. So you
Okay,
can
what
learn-
about service? Should we have a standard service? I mean, should there be any standards at all? Because everybody's different, Jeff.
Yeah,
know-
it depends on the context. Yes, there's definitely a place for standards. I'm not just sure that ordinary, everyday conversational self-expression is one of those areas where we need
There's
people to
different-
come along and start
self-expression is
policing how
different.
other people talk.
Yeah.
Anybody that watches my channel knows how against that I am.
I got a green card. Yep. You know.
What if you just decided to finish out this show using Morse code? Do you think everyone will understand that?
I don't even know Morse code.
Right. So I'm
Who is
saying if you
chaotic
did-
Urkel? No, we're gonna arrange it for like an actual conversation. They can do it here, or I'll go.
Yeah, I
there,
prefer
but
them
I'm
to
gonna
do it
arrange
over
ahead
here
of
because
time.
they'll bring all those people over here.
No,
That's
chaotic
right.
Urkel, who are you? Who are you? Stop with this. You people are crazy. I'm loving it. No, let him come over here. Hey, all of you. I told Chaotic what's going on. He can come or not. If you
Perfect.
want to drop Jeff's StreamYard link, Chaotic Urkel, he can come over here. Like they can come over here. CT can come over here and have this conversation.
Yeah.
And then he can stream to his audience. Like Jeff.
Tell CT to get over here.
Yeah, CT. I've done enough. And Jeff, of course, your preference, of course, sir. You are concerned about losing your life. Understand? It is to Chaotic's benefit to join the conversation. Jeff would be the star over there, and I mean it benefits Chaotic. So I told Chaotic. I mean, Jelly. I am Jelly. Jelly. What are you talking? Y'all are silly. I don't know what's Jelly anyway. I don't know what Jelly. I don't know what Jelly means.
I dropped
Jelly?
the link in the back chat. So if you
Jelly.
want to send it over to them, you could. I don't know if you know them or whatever.
Yeah, I did that. I did that. I put it in.
The link is pinned in my chat, so it's public. Y'all can drop it wherever.
Yeah, he can join. I mean, and also you all can tell CT as well if he wants to. I mean, come over here. CT can stream to his audience. CT can come, join this panel, and then stream to his audience. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, CT knows what to do. And Jeff,
He sure does.
You
Where's
sit
one
tight. You sit tight, Jeff. This is a good look at. See, I know I'm gonna actually change my name to Ponder Snob. I'm gonna do
You
that.
should change your name to a diplomat or an ambassador, because that's what
I
you're-
think we need 111 over here too, Kane. Just to
Stop.
make
No.
What is okay?
No.
May 111. Okay, I shouldn't say this. This is so horrible of me. There was a time Nunzio like cursed out 111, and I laughed hard. It's like,
Oh,
did New
yeah.
York come through? Like, because I think 111 needed like that little New York masculinity, that aggression, kind of get a little bass in his voice a little bit.
You know that
Nunzio?
moron swatted
It
me
was
several.
so funny. Nunzio
he
was on
swatted
CT's panel.
Ponder.
I laughed so hard.
Hey, Ponder. You know he.
Yeah,
swatted
I
me.
slapped the shit out of fucking 111
I
on.
think he
TV.
needed that though. I shouldn't have left, but sometimes
The reason why I did it because he was swatting a friend of mine, Kane, up here. I don't know if I would consider him a friend, but I wouldn't consider him an enemy either.
Yeah,
But
he swatted me several times. Did you know that, Ponder?
You had to
What?
go to court over that, huh?
Wait, say it again.
Yeah, 111
Like
called
it got real.
police.
It got
Swatted
real
me
life.
several times. And he
Seven
got
times.
arrested.
Got arrested for that.
And they fucking extradited him back here to Virginia. I can't really talk about it because it's still ongoing.
Oh,
it's an
okay,
active
yeah.
case.
Don't.
Yeah,
That's fine.
but it wasn't funny when he did it, right? But it was funny when he got his ass fucking locked up. So I told him
Well,
Like-
y'all was over there celebrating it plenty, but
I wasn't celebrating that fucker anyway.
there was
no
all kinds of memes. going around from
Not
Vegas.
me. I don't do mean.
Okay.
I make
Hey,
big-
Plasma. It's
I wouldn't celebrate that calling cops on you, bro.
No, I heard what you said to him. I heard you.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
know
used
too much about that, but oh god, I'll
yeah, I
change
bitch smacked him around for that.
a little bit. The
verbal.
I'm referencing when you kind of a little bit of a pat, kind of I guess pat you kind of grow up 111. I just remembered that when you were on the panel one time, you were on the panel with him one time with CT. It was funny, but I'm sorry to anyone. Like I did hear that he got into some issues, which is really sad. That he was behaving like that.
Why is it
He brought
sad?
issues on himself. Is
The thing
Made
is,
that choice.
yeah,
But Jeff, to be honest, if you have issues with 111, that kind of speaks volumes about him. Because I really just don't see you, Jeff, trying to harass people.
I have issues with anybody that.
No, that's me,
commits
not
violence.
Jeff. That was me.
Honda, I had an issue with him because he was swatting people. He swatted multiple
Yeah.
people, not just Kane. He swatted this other guy, Mike Cerrone.
I heard about my throat. Yeah.
He also swatted this other female boss bitch, and then Kane. So,
Oh wow.
and
Yeah, I'm against
Canadians,
swatters in general.
supposedly.
Anybody that
It's just
swats.
so
So I'm-
odd. Because I remember the last time I spoke to him, I promised him that if he lost 50 pounds, I would go on camera in a cute dress for him. Only if he lost 50 pounds, just to encourage him to lose weight, go outside, and go to school. I wrote down every class he needed to take for cybersecurity. It's like,
Well, I just saw him in real life, and I can tell you, he hasn't lost any fucking weight.
I don't want him to be the main type. We moved on from him being like
bomb
Sonata.
kaboom. You know, like that. You know what he is to me? Like basically, you ever seen Mario, like where those little bombs walk? He's basically like,
Oh, he's a bomb mom.
yeah, that shit.
Anyway, Jeff wants to move
Yo,
on.
him doing that,
All
running
right,
with.
Jeff. What we moving to next, bro?
Wherever you want to
Language
go.
is
It's not
power.
111.
Language
I
is
don't
power. How about that?
Language is power. Language is that okay? The English language, what makes English so incredible? First off, you would be surprised the number of languages that do not include temporality, like past, present, and future. Furthermore, the English language, it's your ability to communicate in the unknown. Like we can say she went there. It is passive voice. We're using pronouns, and you're using a demonstrative pronoun. Well, there's not a demonstrative pronoun, but it does signify point, space, and time. You can use vague language. Like you don't have to be that specific in English to convey thought and communication. I am boring.
And you think English is the only language you can do all that in?
It's the best language. It's the most robust language.
Well, in your opinion,
No, it's
best according to whose standard?
And not only that,
By her
because-
standards, bro.
because of the German
that's
side
why she's a snob. That's why I keep calling her a snob.
and the German
For
side of
having an
English.
opinion? You think she's snobby because she thinks one thing's better than another?
Yes, kind of, sort of, and the way she talks about the things that she doesn't think are
And
best.
Kane, if I may share with you, the other live, Jeff and I were nerding out on some of the great classics.
Such as
So we did, of course we did bring up a little bit like the whole the Odyssey and everything, but I mentioned to him the greatest book, the greatest book, Western Civilization, in actuality, is the Aeneid, and that the Aeneid, Virgil's Aeneid, the Aeneid.
You think?
I think so. Yeah, I told you that, didn't I?
Oh, I don't remember talking about the Aeneid.
Oh, but it's okay. Maybe I didn't, but it is. And I mean, there's a multitude of reasons why I think so. But look at just the great literature that we have. Like, remember, we discussed canon. And you even, and you pulled a book from your collection, which was Western canon, which you have
very
right here.
into the canon.
Yes.
That's mostly all I read. My whole bookshelf is
That's all I
pretty
read
much
too.
all canon.
You see, like Kane, he and
The
I
canon.
both read. He and I both read, these are the books that you have to read. Like Jeff and I agreed on that. Like there are certain books that we have to read. And one of the reasons why it's important to read these books is
you can just do a summary
because
for you.
is because that this is like the books of our this language. This like English is just like you can tell a story, and also English is a unifying language. Like
No,
you have
you can tell all languages. You could tell a story in.
no, but okay, but not like English.
So
Like the
you're making claims for English that
no, I'm making claims that we
don't
all
exclude
experience.
most other languages.
Computer languages are written in English.
Also,
That should tell you something.
you know how you can create new words through like and like a lot of like these German words, and also I think even Welsh, like the Germanic side.
Oh yeah.
You know you concatenate, like when they do it, they're concatenating. It's like a one long sentence, but what they're doing is like they're adding words. We took that from the Germanic side, like how we can create new words, like the word antebellum. Like you can, like I can say certain words to
After
all
the
of
war.
you. Thank you, exactly, Gen X Jeff. And of course, you know what that word means. You see, like that's my point. You proved my point. With English, you can create new, and by just looking at the word, the prefix and suffix, you can understand the definition and meaning. Also, with English,
A lot of those are Greek and Latin.
yes,
too.
they are Greek and Latin. I was about to go to etymology. With etymology, most of our English words are coming from like the Latin and Greek root. So just learning Latin and Greek, you better learn English. And also even learning Hebrew, because within English we also have
How do you have time to learn all this shit?
Yeah, no one in the modern world is going to learn all of that.
I gotta
Like,
read
even in
books, learn
Milton's day,
15 different languages
nobody
to
was
keep up
learning
with
it.
this
That's
woman.
why he stood out.
I mean, do
And
you think all languages are equal?
And that's why my point. All languages are not equal. And think of
Equal in what?
Shakespeare. And think of
And what they can do?
Shakespeare. Also, Jeff, think of
Well,
Shakespeare.
Think of
Depends
Shakespeare.
on what you try to get them to do. Languages can do
Shakespeare
many things.
introduced metaphor, like the English we speak now really came about with Shakespeare. And I think I did say that to you, like infusing like metaphor. And I did say that to you, like Rosy Finger Dawn. Like just reading Shakespeare, you're
That's
just
from Homer.
Just read Shakespeare.
No, Shakespeare wrote that. He wrote it.
But
too.
yeah, Shakespeare did. He had a huge influence on our
I love you.
language and
Thank
how we
you,
speak
Plasma
today.
Boy.
Nunzio has quite a bit of influence around here.
Thank
Why doesn't he
you.
get the
Thank you,
credit?
Plasma Boy. Thank you.
Welcome,
Except we have to resort to
Moose.
Shakespeare.
Well, Ponder's saying you can do
Yo,
things in
I know who
English.
this guy is right here, Jeff, the guy, the creator right here. This is he's one of the
Moose?
leaders of the Watcher.
What's up, Moose?
It's Azazel.
What's up, dude?
Azazel right here, that guy.
Which you talking about on? Hang on, I'm not on my screen.
Oh, okay.
On your thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's his ass. You're saying this
Hey,
thing?
Kane, I reached out to Galt.
Is he coming over?
Let's see. He's actually. I think
What's
with
up, Moose?
family-
Moose, you said you were teaching your daughter Ebonics.
Some
That's what we
family,
were
but
talking
you,
about
Kane, I think you're familiar with Galt. You know, Galt's rough. Ooh,
Yeah, I've
Galt's
been over there.
rough.
So today
It's been a minute.
I was on my way to work and my wife texted me. She goes, "You know what our little princess told me today?" And I was like, "No." I text her back, "No, I usually don't text and drive." And she texts me back. She goes, "Hey mom, look at those fucking socks over there."
Your car, princess, little princess.
I don't
Not
like
to her face, hopefully.
No, not to her face. I think she was being very sarcastic and very like pissed at me.
Oh,
So none of
knowing
you are
that she
gonna
got it
bring-
from you.
Yeah, she got it from a live
teach her
stream or
that.
from me or whatever.
Wait, she
So
watches your live
None of
stream?
you are going to bring up Nunzio and this Doc. This is too rough. Why are you putting Doc Holiday in a pink dress like that?
He's
and I know-
trolling. He's
And I
trolling.
know
Look
many
at- look
of you
at-
have
I
not
have
Doc
watched
Holiday.
He looks
Tombstone.
very
Fonda, you wore a dress.
Nunzio,
my
when was
avatar?
the last
wore a
time you
dress.
watched Tombstone? Like, what is wrong with you?
Look at my
Oh
avatar.
no, there's this one guy that says
Tombstone. It's a
he
great
goes-
movie.
Oh, I didn't get yours either. Are y'all on here to troll Doc?
no.
Shit.
I just seen I'll take it off.
That's
No, that's-
Doc
no,
starring in
it's-
the newest movie. There
Oh,
will be blood
Tombstone is such a
puddles.
great movie, though. That's a great movie. It's a great movie.
Oh
Like,
no,
he-
it was somebody who we
Like, you
troll.
can't appreciate like Tombstone, Wyatt Earp, like these great, like the great movies back in the day. You remember they used to make Jeff. You know they were making amazing movies back in the day. Like you're such. You're
I think our
snob.
generation had the best
Actually,
movies
Jeff, you know
ever.
what? You're the snob. Jeff, I'm gonna have to flip this back on you.
I am
You're
a
the
movie
snob.
snob.
you are Gen X. You not only had the best music. I'm the one who brought up Hall & Oates, which was, I don't know. There's great music. The '80s had great music, great
It
movies.
did. I,
You
I did say earlier, I think you were on see, that I am a snob too in my own way, in certain
how
ways,
can
just not when
anyone
it comes to how people talk.
appreciate this amazing music and these awesome movies if you do not really understand English? I mean, I'm talking, and
Well,
most,
some
and
of them are not even in English. I watch foreign films all the time and read subtitles.
That's
And
the
you
other.
lose a lot of the subtlety
but
of
you
the
can't
actual
watch
language reading
Tombstone.
it
You
in
can't watch
English.
Tombstone. You can't. What about the great like American literature, like American history, like Tombstone? That is a really big time. Why are you giggling? Like that's a big.
Oh no, no, I'm joking. It's inside joke between me and STL. Sorry about that, lady.
They're
Oh, no
doing their
worries.
thing.
That's a
It's
big part
so
of
deep.
American history. Like moving to California, the Great West, like the Wild Wild West, all of that.
Is it really great though?
But
I
I mean,
like
the
You
that.
come from
story,
there. Tell us, what's
the
your take on
history, like
California?
learning the history. I love learning
The
about
history.
I
There's,
love
dude.
learning
I
history.
came from the West. The West is a baby. There's no history there compared to the history on the East Coast.
Well,
Yeah, but
that's
New York,
true.
New
That
York
is
is amazing.
true. That's true. Understand. But there still is a lot of action activity that we like American kids still need to learn. Like
That's
I still
true
learned
too.
about Wyatt Earp. I still learned like
And
Wyatt Earp
Hollywood
West.
came from there.
And Hollywood came from there as well.
Where
And
was
It's
also
had a huge cultural
We're all
influence.
over the place.
where
Plus,
was
it's the
I need to
Wyatt
largest.
Earp?
read
So, is it the
some
largest economy in
Shakespeare.
the
I need,
world, or
well,
one of
well,
them?
give
Ponder,
me a list of what I need to do.
Ponder. Where was Wyatt Earp's second wife buried? Under the oak tree. Like I forget. I remember going over there.
I don't
Um,
even remember. I haven't seen them. I'm gonna watch the movie now. You got me thinking about it, Nancio. I haven't seen it forever.
yeah, because
Like
I went over there. My my uncle Charlie took me over there back in the day. We were in like Missouri. I think it's Utah or some shit like that.
Oh,
Missouri.
like the actual tree
Yeah, the actual.
can
The
go and
Joshua
tour.
tree.
Yeah, she's buried under an actual
look
tree.
at Nunzio. Nunzio's a whole New Yorker over here watching all these great westerns. Look at
No,
him.
I have family in the South as well too. You know,
Wait,
I
the
got
South?
family
You
all
mean
over.
the South or the deep, deep South, or or California?
Basically anywhere in America, Italy. We're all over the fucking world here. So, Puerto Rico. You know, I'm Italian and Puerto Rican, so
I remember
He's
you
like
said
Genghis Khan.
That's right.
yeah. But yo, if anybody's interested in making a Doc Holiday 8-second video, I
Or
put
anyone else you want to troll.
back. Or anyone else you want to troll. Oh, perfect. Great. I got to see.
Moose, I'm still interested in the outcome of this princess drama from this morning. What's ultimately gonna
What? She just gave me the dirty ass look when I walked by and Nunzio was saying fuck or whatever. And so like I came outside.
Oh. Well, I
Oh,
mean,
my bad.
this generation is being raised on YouTube anyway. It's the TV standards are very different than what we grew up with.
Oh, it's gonna happen. I mean, it just is what it is. Like it's part of the vocabulary in the day-to-day conversation.
It's ghetto.
Wow. What is up with
Sub-bastardized.
that? That is
Yeah, standards.
When's the last time you seen Mike, Jeff?
Is he
He was
missing?
here a few weeks ago. I think he said he was taking a break. I don't know if anyone's seen him around.
And I haven't seen him anywhere.
Yeah, we do a little bit of trolling over here sometimes. Sorry about that, Jeff. You know, I got to make the community laugh a little bit. The chat's
Bit of
cracking up
trolling,
right now. The chat's cracking up right now. We got it, and I didn't have to say nothing. You know.
I mean, back
Yeah,
to
I can tell there's some inside lore happening that I'm not in on.
Oh, there's lore happening right now, and I'm in trouble.
You're in trouble?
Oh, you're not in trouble,
who?
Mom. Don't worry.
But I mean
With CT?
Oh no, I despise CT. He knows that. I just
Oh,
like
you
I
don't
don't
even like him anyway.
I don't hide my feelings. I just tell the
We're good. Yeah.
I
we
don't
that.
like it's YouTube. Like I don't plus I don't have a YouTube channel. But CT is just his behavior. But good content is still good content. At the end of the day, like I don't have like that myopic view of life. Good content at the end of the day is good content. If you can bring like the
If you
right
can
people
find it.
together for the right conversation, that's always a good thing.
No doubt.
For the right conversation. I just know like this. I'm just so surprised, especially someone with your background. But it's very interesting, and you like stood 10 toes down, and you called me a snob. Mm.
Yeah,
Which is
you keep going back to that, but you
it's true. I'm not disagreeing.
admitted you were a snob. So
I
you frame
am.
it like it's something I did to. That's like somebody calling me
I
gay,
I
and I'd be
don't.
like, Moose called me gay. He was on and he called me gay, but you are gay. I know, but Moose called me gay. Can you believe Moose? But you
But
are,
I
because
don't.
you admitted over and over you're a
Do you want
snob.
me
So
to?
the
Do you want me
issue
to
shouldn't be
read
that I
right
called
now?
you one. It should be that you are one, and you're
But
proud
you
one, and just own it.
did. I mean,
I mean,
just
to
recognize.
her point though, she's saying some languages are better than others. You can do some
And I
things in
disagree.
languages that you can't
I
do
think
with
that's a
others. And
value.
She's a
I have an
black Tyler
example of that.
Durden. That's what this
I
one
have an
is.
example of that. In the Hebrew language, every letter has a number equivalent. So you can do things in the Hebrew language that you can't do
Also,
in any other language
true.
because no other language has a numerical equivalent
I
to
know the Chinese do as well.
No, bro.
The
Chinese.
gematria.
So yeah, gematria. You can do things. So in that regard, Hebrew is superior to English.
In that specific context. So
And there's a lot of
that's
context.
that's what this conversation was leaving out was context. She was making it seem like
What content?
Ebonics is just existentially inferior to English in all
What
ways.
metric are you
What's it
using?
better? What's it better
Yes,
than
it is.
English at? And in what
Yeah, what's your
category is
metric?
Ebonics better than English?
Ebonics is inferior in every way, Jeff. Like
it
every
is.
single way.
100%
That's
because
what
it's
we were
broken
fighting.
English.
That's what
Broken
It will.
fighting.
It will only hinder. It will only hinder Black people. It will directly hinder Black
Well,
people
there are a bunch of
from
people.
being
From
able.
assimilating to white society.
No, it's not assimilating to
Maybe
white.
that's not
Okay,
their goal. Maybe
Jeff,
their
Jeff,
goal is to
you
be
have
successful
Jeff.
in the ghetto,
You're
in which
coming
case
off.
Ebonics
What?
is going to be the
There's no
better language.
success in the ghetto.
Success
Jeff,
in
are you
the
serious? Jeff, now you're beginning to piss me off. There is no success
You're still
in the
being
ghetto.
snobby that you
I
don't
don't
think
care. I
anything
don't
good
care.
comes out of the
Jeff,
ghetto, and
no,
there's no
no, Jeff,
success in
no.
the
Do you know
ghetto.
what's in the
Somebody
ghetto?
couldn't thrive
You
in
know
the
what's in
ghetto.
the ghetto? Women being
Yeah,
women, it's
murderers
nothing.
and shit.
It's blight. The ghetto is blight. The ghetto is not where Jeff, I'm a Black woman. I do not want Black women and children in blight. That is the ghetto. Black women and
Well,
children earning income.
unfortunately, you don't have control over any of that. And there's
Yes,
plenty
I
of
can.
people that are
Yes,
going to
I
grow up in that
can.
environment,
By
and
not
the
encouraging
environment's not
people
going
like
anywhere.
you
So
to
you
encourage
just
Black people to the
learn to
lowest
live with the
common
fact that the ghetto
denominator.
is here. It's
No,
part of
it's not. The
American
ghetto is
reality.
not here. No, it is not.
See, this
No, because you're a
this is
white
the snob
male
That's a
right here.
defeatist
and you're a
attitude.
liberal white male, and you're coming off very, very Marxist, and you think this nonsense is okay for
That's
Black
part of
people
our country.
to.
Well, I
for Black
think
people
Jeff
to
could
live
claim
in the
anything he
lowest
wants to
common.
nowadays. I could claim that I'm an attack helicopter. So, if Jeff wants to be,
What am I claiming that I am? Wait, what are
I
you
don't
saying?
no. She said that you're a white guy, right? So I said,
Oh, she said I was a white liberal male, whatever that is.
well,
Very much so.
but he could be anything
Very
on
Marxist in
YouTube.
thought.
Yeah, but he could be anything on YouTube. He could be Trump if he wanted to. Like honestly, if that's the case, And then I said I could be.
But I think her issue is that the ghetto even exists at all. I think
No,
she would
Jeff,
like
I
to
don't want the ghetto
see
to exist,
no
of course not,
ghetto.
because
Like
it's not safe for
everybody
women
just
and children.
educate themselves out
Because
of the
it's not
ghetto to where
safe for women
it
and
doesn't even
children. It's
exist anymore.
blight. It's blight. It's not safe for women and
In
children.
your opinion,
No,
it's blight.
no, it's
Many
not
people
my
that live in the
opinion.
ghetto
You
enjoy.
don't
I'm from
live
New Orleans.
there.
The city
No,
is mostly
and
ghetto,
New
and people
Orleans
very
is
much are
what
attached
you was
to their
I don't
before
like
life down
cities.
there.
Hurricane Katrina, Jeff. Before Hurricane Katrina, it was very well known that Lincoln Park, that the worst ghettos was in New Orleans when they were averaging like a murder every 2 days. It's the worst.
Yeah, but I
area.
think you're trying to
It was
reduce the ghetto to its
absolutely.
worst
It
aspects,
was
and you can do that with
yes,
anything.
yes.
But you're not
Which
giving
is
it
the
a fair
exploitation of
review.
women and
That's what
children.
defines the ghetto.
That
though.
is
That's
the
what makes it a ghetto.
exploitation
That's
of
how
women
you're
and
defining the
children.
ghetto.
No,
What
that's
is it?
what
What
it
is a
is.
ghetto? What
Jeff,
is a
you
ghetto?
don't
Fire,
even
crime
live there.
rates, like
You
all kinds
never
of shit.
lived
Like
there. You will
It's-
never live. If anything were to happen in the ghetto and the police were called, they're going to you first to see what happened.
Yeah,
You're going to
I
believe
personally
me
would not
first.
live in the ghetto either, but
Of
that's
course you
not.
wouldn't,
It
but
doesn't
you're
mean I think it's
encouraging
without value.
activity. You're encouraging manner and behavior that is only going to keep Black people in the ghetto. And
I'm
and we're
not
talking about
encouraging
something
anything.
that is so simple, which is going to school and speaking English. Call it whatever you want. American Standardized English. It's English.
Yeah,
AAV.
but so is Ebonics, because I
Ebonics is
can
not
understand.
English.
I can go to
Yes,
the
of course
ghetto
you
and
can
have a
understand it.
conversation with
I'm sure
anybody
you
there and
can. That's
understand what they're
great.
saying.
Is that
So it's
conversation
English.
going to put money in the pockets of the people who live in the hood?
That's not the
Is
topic.
your conversation? No,
That
that's what's
wasn't the
important.
topic.
That's all that matters. Is your conversation
To
going to
you.
put money?
That's what I'm
Yes,
saying. You're
because Black
imposing
people
your
need income.
standards on not only
Black
this
people
conversation,
need
but an entire
income. Black
population of
people
people.
need to be able to
That's where I
find
call
jobs
you a
to
snob.
support themselves, not
You're a Karen.
speaking
This
hood.
is what you should be
I'm a
doing. Oh,
Karen. Of
you're
course I'm
living
a
this
Black
way.
Karen.
You're
I am Black
talking this
Karen.
way. This is
Yeah.
what you
I'm
should
a
be
snob and
living
I'm
like,
Black Karen.
and
You
how you
are.
should be talking.
Yes, you should be speaking English. I am
Ain't
Black
nobody
Karen.
got
I'm a
time for
snob.
that.
Oh my God, I can't with you. Oh my God.
So do you think there's standards when it comes to following the law and shit?
Yeah. I
Well,
think the
why?
law is a standard.
So why should there be standards for that, but not just like talking to each other?
Again, context, because the law requires that kind of standard to function.
And you're the one who brought up
Hanging
right.
out in the ghetto, chatting
You
with
brought
your
up
friends
right.
does not require someone to come along and police how you're
You're the
talking
one
and
who
saying, "Oh, you didn't say
brought up
that word
right.
right. You use
Talking
that
fine
non-standard.
English.
That's bastardized." It doesn't require that.
Okay,
to
but do you
function.
think that limits the person that's living that way?
That wasn't the conversation.
No,
It
I'm
might
asking
limit
you.
them in some
Let's
aspects, but
evolve
again,
that.
like I
It limits
said, it
them in
may
every
expand them in other
aspect.
aspects.
It
I
limits
know
them.
it made
It does
me
not
better
expand
as a teacher because
anything.
I was able to
It
connect better with
doesn't.
the
No,
kids I was
you
teaching.
okay? You are communicating with your students. You are also a teacher, and you are not teaching them Ebonics.
You
were
don't know what I
teaching
was
them
teaching.
English. No, you were not. You were not teaching these children Ebonics. Stop
I'd
it.
like a teacher to teach them hydroponics.
You
honestly.
are not
That would,
teaching these
you know,
children
work.
Ebonics.
You're already
You are
above the
teaching.
children. You shouldn't have
You
any
just
problem relating to them
you
anyway.
just knew the vernacular. You knew like the effect. You knew
Right.
like the
That's an
time
example
energy
of how it was an
of
advantage,
the
which was
area
what Kane
and
had
which
asked. So
allowed
that was my answer to Kane's question.
which allowed you to communicate with your students. They felt comfortable with you because you could also communicate with them in a vernacular that they
cultural
were accustomed to. However, you're also not teaching them Ebonics. You're not teaching these students Ebonics. No, you're not.
But the reason you use that is so you can relate to them to bring them up. And
I didn't consciously do it. It's just it's just me. It's the same thing I do up here. I've always gotten along very well with Black people.
Okay, well, you're also Cajun. That's going to matter as well. You're also from your Cajun.
Yeah, and there's people like you that came to Louisiana for many generations and tried to tell us we weren't talking right and tried to force us to talk another way. It was called forced assimilation, and people look back and almost universally judge it a bad thing now, and they stopped it and they apologize and, oh, we're sorry, we should not have done that.
I can
So
barely understand.
when I hear talk like this, I have a history behind this stuff.
Jeff, if I may, respectfully, I know there is French Creole. There is French Creole, but that is not Ebonics. I'm not just to understand.
But do you see the parallels? Can you extract the analogy from that?
Creole
it's not
food
difficult.
is good.
A-shift.
I enjoy it.
I am not equivocating or equating French Creole to Ebonics. French Creole is
neither
French
am
Creole.
I. So I don't even know how that
Haitian
made its way.
Creole. No, I'm sure that because you're Cajun. I'm just saying that I know the Creoles have their own unique dialect.
Yeah, but that language would be just as substandard as Ebonics to you.
No, absolutely.
Why not? Why is that
French
exempt
Creole,
from being a bastardized version of English, but Ebonics somehow is? You're not even consistent within your own position.
Does it use words out of context? Does Creole use words out of context?
No, it's like a merging, like a patois. Like there's Haitian Creole.
Actually, there's many. There's so many different languages and dialects down there.
If it uses words improperly, like Ebonics does.
Improperly according to what? They're using it properly for their purpose. The
There
people
is
who are
something
speaking
called
it and the
English
people they're
grammar.
speaking it to are using it perfectly properly in their context.
Jeff, there is grammar, English grammar. There is proper English grammar.
Yes, and there are contexts for that. There are places
No, there's
for
not.
that.
No.
But people in the ghetto sitting on their porch having a conversation is not one of those.
Then let them sit on
Other
their
than two
have a
snobs like you
conversation.
that think it
Okay,
should be.
and they can sit
You
on
want to
their
go in the
porch
ghetto and
when
tell
I
everybody they're
say-
talking wrong and tell them how they
I'm
should
not
talk?
saying they're
They are
talking wrong.
talking
I'm
wrong
not
because
going
they
to
never
judge
learned
them.
proper. They never
I'm
Only
learned
to
not
snob.
here.
They're only
Words,
talking wrong
nouns
to
and shit.
snobs like you.
And what and
And
how how exactly are these, like, okay, so you're speaking about, like, let's say black people on the porch. Yeah, that's where they stay, on the porch, indefinitely, forever. They just sit there on the porch.
Not in my
Speaking-
version. I never
speaking-
said they stay
but
on
then
their
you
porch.
also-
I
and then
I
you
use that as
also
an
have-
example of people
That's the
sitting
point,
on the
ain't it?
porch talking. I didn't say
That's
That is
anything
it
about
is porch
that's
talk.
where they
That's
It is
the
stay.
point.
porch talk.
That's the point, Jeff.
It is porch talk. That's
Where else can
like,
they? Where else can they talk other than the
Yeah,
and
but
porch?
that's
see,
the
like,
charming part.
well, we used
But
to
the
sit on the
ghetto-
stoop in New
But
York
the
too.
ghetto,
Is that-
when we're
what
talking
the fuck
about
are we
like black
talking
people
about
in
here?
the ghetto, that's not even porch talk.
But why is it
That
your
is
job
just-
to pull everybody out of the ghetto? Like who
I'm
are
not
you? Like you're
job
the
to put everyone out of the ghetto. I
self-appointed
want to make sure
guardian
that black
of
people
success
are
and
speaking
language and.
English. I'm never going to be okay with black people not.
Well, then you have poor boundaries because what
English.
other black people do should
I
not
don't
affect
give
you
a
the way it
damn.
does.
What? No, it doesn't affect you because it doesn't matter to you. It's not you.
It shouldn't affect you
No,
either.
no,
I don't know
no.
why
You
it
deal
does.
with Jeff. Deal with
Bro, it
yourself.
affects all of us. It's
If-
part of
no,
society.
when it
It's
comes
part of
to
American
I
culture.
disagree. I think it is. Especially
it
when
comes
you're
to
calling
me,
it bastardized and
not-
substandard
yes,
in the
when it
process.
comes to me, when it comes to me at a high level and also at a personal level, yeah, I take it personally because it is personal.
Well, then
And
that's
also,
you. That's
no,
on
and
your part.
also
You
everyone
don't
on
have to
this
take it
everyone on
personally.
this panel,
How
when we
someone
look at
else speaks
statistics,
that you don't even know should not
when
be
we
personal.
look at statistics, when we're talking about the literacy rate amongst Black people and specifically Black women, of
That's
course
a
it's going to
different-
affect me. No, it isn't going to affect me
That's a
because
different
I will be
conversation.
grouped in the data where
Are
it
you?
comes
Do you
out
think
Black women
people
are not
that speak
literate.
Ebonics are not capable of reading English?
Is that not true? Kane, think about it.
What does that have to do with
Kane,
literacy?
I speak, Kane, I speak English. I speak
come on,
standardized
Jeff.
English. I'm a triple major. I speak English. If there are groups, if there is a large population of other Black women who are speaking Ebonics, and then of course they're not able to be employed because they're speaking Ebonics, that's going to be a problem.
You know that for a fact that they're not employed specifically
Employed with
because of the way
who?
they speak.
I mean, it's
Employed with
obvious.
who? Employed with
Obvious.
who?
I know plenty of Black
Employed with
women, if you're
who?
going to focus on that one demographic for some reason,
What Black
that
women are
speak
speaking
Ebonics and are
Ebonics at
employed.
work? Really
So
working
somehow
where?
it didn't stop
Share.
them. I've worked
You
with
said
Black
you know
women
them. Who?
that speak
Where?
what you would call ghetto and manage to have a job. So it's not a barrier.
Yeah, but what level
And
job?
where?
How high can they rise?
See, this is
Social
where the
workers.
snobbery comes in.
Social workers.
What do you mean? I'm
Stockbrokers.
talking about what level job can you get? I mean, you can.
Social workers.
You think doctors speak
Stockbrokers.
this way?
Sky's the limit. You can become whatever the fuck you want
You think
nowadays.
doctors and lawyers
And Black
are
people
fucking
themselves, they call it
Ebonics
code
and shit?
switching. They know how to go to the office and talk white to get by and then talk Black when they're among their friends. It's called
Yeah.
code switching.
CM does it all the time.
I think that's the fakest shit ever. I'll never change. the way
Well,
I
they
speak.
wouldn't do it if people like Ponder
going
didn't
to
come
improve.
along and tell them that they were talking wrong and they should talk this other way instead to be successful and move
Hey,
up and
if
get
somebody
to a
tells
higher
me I'm
level.
talking wrong, I'll look at what they're saying. They may
I
be
think
right. If
you
they're
should
right,
your
I'll
higher
listen.
level should
If they're
depend
not,
on
I'll
your
tell them to
merit
eat
and
a
your
dick.
ability and your competency, not on how you talk.
How you interact with people.
Part of it.
How you get along with people. I
The way
like
you
that
speak
idea
is part
better.
of your competency, though.
Because I'd have been a fucking president by now.
The way you speak is part of your competency.
It's your New York masculinity that's keeping you down.
Anyway,
I have no use for linguistic snobs or linguistic
Uh,
prejudice.
Jeff, thanks for having me up. Good talking to you guys. Ponder, nice talking to you. Nice to meet you. You guys take care.
Kane, are you
Yeah,
coming
you too.
back?
Where you going, Kane? Where
Take
you
care,
going?
Kane. Have a
Going,
good
Kane.
night.
Hey, Kane, where you going, Kane?
That's
Don't
it.
think
That's
you're gonna
really-
move up with that accent.
You need to consider the difference between accent and word choice.
But
Totally.
people that like her that think it's substandard, that's going to spread very quickly to accent because she's talking about how people, even the Black women she was just talking about, it's more about how they talk than their grammar and syntax. It's about the impression, the verbal impression they make on the people around them, just like you, because I've seen people make fun of you for your accent all the time on these panels.
Well, I mean, this is a troll community, so. All right, y'all take care.
All right.
Ding, 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 ding,
Hope
ding,
to
ding.
see you again. Thank you. Hope to
You
see
too,
you again.
Ponder.
Super
All right,
awesome.
I guess we're wrapping up.
Ding,
Ponder,
ding,
you
ding,
want to?
ding, ding, ding.
Well, let me end with Nunzio first.
Wait
Nunzio,
1
anything you want to
second.
add?
No, Nunzio wants to be a shit starter.
No, I ain't got nothing to say, bro. But
No,
salute.
she
Pleasure
wants
to
to be a
talk
little
to you,
shit
bro.
starter. I completely.
Don't worry about me, Panda. Seriously, I'm gonna do my
Nunzio,
thing
you
regardless.
want to be a little
I'm
shit.
gonna do my thing regardless. So
Not even
there's
worry
one
about
way
it.
or another.
I know it. Okay.
All right, but
Is this?
look how crazy this
This
is
is the
right here,
troll
guys.
community.
Like
I got you.
this looks, yeah, dude. This is a troll community for sure. Yo, you guys see this right here?
Well, not
Like,
this channel specifically.
not this
but-
specific channel, but no, like me personally, I like the troll. Like, I like the troll. But anyway, like I was saying, this guy right here, I feel bad for him. With 10 cents a day, y'all could feed him. You know? Like, no.
Is he a YouTuber? Seymour Butts?
Yeah, that's CM right there.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah. You got a lot to say.
Well, I hope he makes it out of the ghetto. Keep working on his speech.
Ghetto.
He'll
Oh
get
yeah,
there. Because that's all it takes. Is just talking the right way.
I'm just gonna help him out, right? You're gonna help him out the ghetto.
Nunzio, honestly, you want to bring. This is another person's channel. Hold on. This is another person's channel.
Hey, I can manage my own channel. Thank you very much. You've Karen'd enough. Don't.
I'll take it off. I'll take it off.
We're gonna take care of Karen.
I'll take it off. I'll take it off.
You really want to. So you really.
You want me to take it off?
Go ahead, Nunzio.
No, I really had to bring this up.
I know, but Nunzio was having his last word, which I gave him, and you won't even let him have
Nunzio,
that. So I
you
want
are a
Nunzio
man.
to have his final words.
Nunzio, you are a man. Nunzio, you are a man. So you want to come after me.
And I don't do drugs.
No, Nunzio, you are a guy. No, you're a guy.
I decide that on my channel.
You want to
not
go
you.
back and forth with me, a female,
You don't set
because
the
your
etiquette
friends
here,
are crying, and I told no lies about it. You want to bring this over here. You want to come and cause
having a
trouble
conversation with
on
you.
another panel.
Like, never had a
the only
conversation
reason you're
with
doing
you,
it is because
Ponder. I don't even know who you are.
You
I
know, of course
ponder
you
who
don't know
you
me.
are.
Worry about it.
Like,
Give me
I don't
1
even
second.
know you. Like, seriously. Like, no. I know CM, and I know he's a crackhead. That's it. If you feel some sort of way, Ponder, let me know. Get it off your chest.
I don't even know why. Why are you bringing CM?
Take care,
here?
Plasma.
See you
Why
later,
are you
Plasma.
bringing? What does CM have to do with this channel?
Oh.
What does it have to do with you?
What does this have to do with your
Why
channel?
you so butthurt about CM
Oh,
though?
but if you're
Him, like, maybe you should help him get off fucking drugs. Seriously.
All right. Well, goodbye. That's it. Thanks.
Well,
Take care.
Hi, Jeff. This has been awesome. I know Nuncio's really cool with you. He wants to start causing trouble on this other channel.
Oh, he's trolling and it's working because look at the reaction he's getting out of you. He's not even trying because he doesn't even know you. You're reacting to something that's not even directed.
I don't, Jeff. To be hand to God, I don't even know this woman.
Jeff, you are
Hand to
absolutely correct. It is not addressed to me. I appreciate your channel very much. Maybe CT will come back maybe Nunzio maybe CT will come back. Nunzio, you want to fight? You want to fight your girlfriend's fight and cause this trouble here? You want to fight your girlfriend's fight? She's still a whore. She's a ghetto whore.
Oh, really?
There's no changing that.
Which trolling is next
Really,
level.
which one?
Look at all what
But if that's what you want to do,
Which
you want
one?
to
I
fight
got
a
multiple.
female's fight.
Which one?
She's still a whore. Jeff, you like this type of behavior? I'm
agree.
So
Hey,
have
Jeff,
fun.
guess what?
I ponder. Who? Which one? Wait, which one?
Oh, gosh.
Welcome, Shift.
Did
you come to do a vibe shift?
Face it.
Guess what I just entered?
Hey, Shiz, how you doing?
Entered
I'm not
the airport. Are you on your way to the thing?
This is Shift. I'm not Shiz.
I said. Oh yeah, my fault. Sorry about that, Shift. Salute. How you doing?
Hi. I just entered a contest for a mini chainsaw.
From was it on from Silver Diamond?
Yes.
Yeah, she gives away chainsaws all the time. I hope you win.
Oh my gosh, what the fuck would I do with a mini chainsaw?
You could chop your bananas with it.
I know, I just had a banana because I'm part of the revolution.
Oh my God.
Nice.
I asked all the pertinent questions. I needed to know if there was a night camera on the chainsaw because of night shopping. You know what I mean? Because duh.
Yeah.
So I've got questions to ponder. What would y'all do with a mini chainsaw? Ready, go.
Oh wait.
What?
That's a bad question for Nunzio.
So Nunzio visits your channel.
What?
What?
Questions to ponder. What would you do with a mini chainsaw? What's the first thing you would do if you got a mini chainsaw?
Oh, real quickly. So Nunzio visits your channel, Jeff? It's
Yeah.
so you.
This is Nunzio hangs out here.
I've been over here with like questions to
Nunzio's
ponder.
been hanging out here
No,
for
I
at least
know.
a
Of
year.
course you have.
Fucking weirdo.
Of course. Now you're getting to profanity, which is what it's just not what I do.
I can tell he really bothers you. Though.
Roland, you should see me.
I don't like. I don't like. If he has something to say, stop fighting another female's fight.
No, she
Looks
actually-
bad.
no,
You all
actually-
had no problem.
You're being rude.
You were fighting everyone else's fight earlier.
What?
You were
No,
fighting
no,
on
it's
black
okay.
people's
Yeah.
fight. You were fighting
It's perfectly
black women's
fine.
fight. You were
Nunzio
trying
and
to
his friends
all of
want
a
to
sudden,
speak
and now
about
you're
black
here telling
women.
other people what
No,
fights they
Nunzio,
can
it's
fight about.
perfectly fine
That's
when
why I
your
call you
friend
Karen.
makes racist comments about
And
black
I want to
women.
talk to my friend
You
Shiv.
never
So
say
Shiv,
anything
come back up.
about
I'm
it.
going to end this
When
one.
they're making
Come back up.
racist comments, you
What
never say anything
racist?
about it.
What
Yes, they
racist?
do.
What
Oh,
racist?
Ponder, I can
absolutely.
police my own channel.
You
I
absolutely
don't
can.
need
Thank you, Jenna.
terrorists.
That's
I
really,
said
really, really
your
cool.
friend is a crackhead and you need to
I've told
see
you
I
that
don't know what that
several
has
That's
to do
what
with
I
anything.
said.
I'm
Go
about to
to
drop you.
That's
CM.
not
That's
racist.
not
That's a
Nunzio,
fact.
go to CM and have that. You
Okay,
go
I
to
will.
CM and you
I
deal
will.
with that. Why are you bringing
100%.
CM to me
Deal
here?
with a
Nunzio,
crackhead.
you can.
Why is it your
You can
business?
stay
Why are you
here.
bringing CM here? Go to CM's channel. He's
Why are you
live.
coming to this
And you
channel?
go over there to him.
Ponder, this is my channel. You're
Okay,
not
then enjoy
respecting
your
my
fan. Oh,
channel.
and then
You're
I'm
not
not
respecting
going to
my
respect it.
autonomy
No,
as
Go
a
I don't
relay
want
the
to deal with
message,
You need to
Jack.
CM.
cut it
I'm on
out.
his ass.
Okay, I will.
Go
Jenna,
relay
it's
the
been cool.
message,
I won't come
Panda.
back.
All right, take
Go
care.
relay the message. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Nunzio,
Hey, buddy.
take
I'm
care.
sorry about
Have a
that.
good
Thank you
weekend.
for having me up. It
No,
was
I,
always a pleasure.
dude, I understand. I believe me, I understand.
I don't appreciate these people disrespecting my people, so I have to boop them in the heads every time I get a chance. And I wasn't even going that hard. You know, I just troll a little bit and she went fucking ballistic,
You
you
don't
know?
have to defend it. Yeah, it was a strange dynamic for a large part of the day. So
Oh, I agree with you. But yeah, it was a pleasure having you up, Jeff. You're more than welcome to come to my channel. You know, I don't do anything
I
crazy
sub to you,
anymore.
so when I see you go live,
I don't do anything crazy anymore, like, you know, talk about this and that. But, you know, I play music. I play inspirational, motivational quotes. I do a lot of trolling over there. You know, so it's if you want to go over there.
give us a quote we can end on. What's a quote?
Okay. A lion
Motivate us.
does not take advice from sheep. Very simple. Because they are his prey.
Lion does not take it, but that goes back to the status conversation we were having earlier.
Yep. Look, I'm gonna play it for you. Look. This one right here. A lion
Very
is
relatable.
interested with the sheep, the opinions of sheep. You know? Therefore, a lot of these people are sheep out here, Jeff. I'm telling you. Just like the.
All right. Well, thank you for the inspiration.
Thank you, my brother. It was a pleasure. I have a great
You
day.
too.
Salute.
All right. We'll see you again. Take care.
For sure.
All right. Moose, I don't have to wrap up. I was going to play your video, though, but I'm definitely wrapping up this part of the conversation. And Shift, if you want to come back up, I would love to hear from you. Beak, thank you. Again. Oh, my God. Thank you again. This for Beak. Thanks, Beak. All right. Okay, I'm going to play Moose's video in the meantime and do an intermission, then I'll check back after that, and I'll see if Shift or anyone else is going to come back up. 1 second. All right, this is the latest from Moose. It is called "The Only Way Out Is Down." How appropriate. Check it out, and I'll be right back.
Don't stop. Don't stop. They pin a number on my back at the door, handing me a stranger, say good luck, go. One rule on the card, and he comes down, you're through. There's a lamp on a stand where the prize money goes, and it's already half lit, and nobody knows. First 4 hours is the best night of my life, and I don't look at the lamp, I don't look at the lamp. Then a whistle, then a body, then a whistle again, and the lamp comes up a notch, and it comes up again. It ain't money in that glass, it's the ones on the floor. Don't stop, feet on the floor, and the floor keeps going. Keep your knees off the floor. Hour 19, the blue goes out of her dress, just the color she don't even notice it. Hour 26, her knees go. I catch her in the judge lifts his whistle, and he don't blow it. Bleachers full of kids with souvenir whistles, third row taking bets, and the promoter tells the band play it fast. Hour 31, and she's lighting my hands, not tired like gone light. So I turned around and I read her number. It ain't this year's, it's last year's. She never left. That's her in the lamp. Don't stop. Feet on the floor, and the floor keeps going. Nobody sits, nobody leaves, nobody's sure. Don't stop. Lean on me, I'll get us through the door. Keep your knees off the floor. I tried to lay her down, and her feet kept going. One set of footprints in that dust, and they're mine. Nobody pushed anybody down in here. They just built a room with no chairs in it. And if I win, she goes in the glass. Don't stop, feet on the floor, and the floor keeps going. Nobody sits, nobody leaves, nobody's sure. Don't stop, lean on me, I'll get us through the door. Keep your knees off the floor. So I put my knee on the floor. Whistle, lamp goes out. The chase and she stopped.
All righty. That is the latest from Moose. A Million Sparks. You can check out his channel. Give him a like, sub, comment. Okay, that's it today. I want to make one comment before I close. You're not going to guilt. If your goal is to lift people out of poverty or lift them out of the ghetto or elevate them to some higher level, whatever that is, you're less likely to do it through guilt or shame than you are through genuine connection, building that trust, rapport, and helping them to educate themselves out of whatever position you think they should be aiming toward. It has to be their goal. They're the ones that have to do it. So that's where all these Karen tactics I'm not a big fan of. I don't think they work. I don't think they're the right tool for the job. And it's not my business to tell other adults how to live anyway. So if you're talking about young people, that's a different story. But again, it's also a different conversation. So thank you for hanging out. I will probably be out tomorrow, same time, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, and we'll chat again then. All right. Take care, everybody. Take care. Have a good weekend too. It's Friday night. In fact, let me see if I can direct you. I'm gonna. Let me see whose outfit has live on. Go visit Confluence, maybe. I'll send you there. All right, everybody. Take care.